a few seconds to get going. Okay, and we are live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. We have a little special thing here we're doing. Ryan requested he would like to address kind of the community at large in regards to a situation many of you are familiar with in regards to Brandon. Was several situations, particularly involving some active members in this community. I won't say too much. I open this up for Ryan to have the chance to kind of do his address, and Ryan is here, so I'm going to hand it off to him. He can say whatever he wants and address the community properly. Welcome, Ryan. The floor is yours.
Well, thank you very much. Why would I do something like this? At Nemesis Apprentice, Nemesis Vegas, 11 o'clock, quote, he's a fraud and has burnt many bridges far, far before the Spyder incident. My illiterate critics don't know the facts of the cases they're talking about. That seems to include the practicing California lawyer. The rumor on the street and the words that he stated is that he may have interfered in that case. If I find out about that, once again, it's going to the California bar. There were not but one case. There was two actually ongoing. Most people don't even seem to be aware of that. Let me start with Brandon Irish. I did not give a rip about Brandon Irish. However, Brandon has been harassing me for the better part of nearly a year. In live streams on Dave the News Unit's channel, on this Cone Club Cult channel, and even in his own UNI cooperative streams, Brandon made some interesting claims regarding his To Be Sure Insurance LLC, his insurance business. Due to the harassment, I then became interested. Well, why is it I constantly hear about Brandon's business? I know people are immediately going to gravitate toward this or that, but anti-money laundering laws and know your customer laws allow for due diligence. Because of what Brandon proclaimed on these streams, I started recording them. Fraud is a major concern in the insurance business. While I'm not accusing Brandon necessarily of fraud, I can tell you what the Arizona Department of Insurance and financial institutions themselves did in response to my complaint, very carefully detailing Brandon's statements. And just from my notes, Brandon does not live at the address listed originally when I filed the complaint a few months ago at his LLC on the Arizona Corporation Commission website or Secretary of State. It was a single family home. According to Brandon's public statements, instead, he lived in a dirty, rodent infested trailer. That's a red flag. Furthermore, another red flag is that Brandon Irish is not a King James onlyist. That is not actually what Brandon believes. Brandon believes, and I have recorded him making these statements, or I have the very live streams posted to my Super Troll archive, that the King James Version is a divinely inspired legal contract that supersedes all U.S. laws. What truly raised my concerns are Brandon's descriptions of the UNI cooperative as an unregistered security and an unregistered credit union. The Securities and Exchange Commission on their website has a link defining a crime known as affinity fraud. Affinity fraud, according to the SEC, is as follows. I'll just read it off for you. Quote, sec.gov. What is affinity fraud? Fraudsters who carry out affinity scams frequently are or pretend to be members of the group they are trying to defraud. The group could be a religious group, such as a particular denomination or church, or an ethnic group or immigrant community. It could be a racial minority. It could be members of a particular workforce. Even members of the military have been targets of these frauds. Fraudsters target any group they think they can convince themselves to trust with the group members' hard-earned savings. Affinity fraud almost always involves either fake investment or an investment where the fraudster lies about the important details, such as the risk of loss, the track record of investment, or the background or promoter of the scheme. The other big concern came from a clip from Basement Dwellers channel. Brandon goes live on Dave the News Unit's channel and begins talking about a dry oil well scam he purported to be involved with in the late 2000s. A scam that he described as a scam where $3.5 million was taken from investors. And apparently, not only did Brandon involve himself in this self described scam, Brandon also claimed that he realized it was a scam. Now, let's think about this for a moment. I've got Brandon Irish harassing me, saying I've committed felonies, I've perjured myself, physically threatening to beat me. I've got Brandon Irish harassing me, almost seemingly on behalf of another individual, but I can't quite prove that, so I won't claim it. This man does not reside at the address for his LLC. And come to find out, because Brandon himself doxed his notice of investigation letter from the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions and part of his correspondence with the investigators on his YouTube channel, that it was the investigator themselves who claimed that Brandon did not register his LLC and that Brandon was did not live at this address, among several other things. I was majorly concerned. Oh boy, this does not look good because this looks a certain way, and that is why I filed a complaint. A minor, less important reason was to attempt to let Brandon realize that, look, you need to stop defaming and harassing me, as Brandon has done and continues to do. Now, let me get back to my notes lest I meander. Brandon threatened very recently, within the past few weeks, that he would love to watch me be strip searched and sodomized with a police baton. This behavior has not stopped. When I filed the complaint, the Arizona Department of Insurance and Financial Institutions, not me, ordered Brandon to remove his tobesureinsurance.com website. Why? The website was full of deceptive marketing materials purporting that Brandon had, quote, strategic partners with a one percenter CPA for the top 1%, an out of state attorney, members of two bar associations that were not Arizona, and other professionals that were apparently employed with or associated with a services company. That apparently violated whatever terms and policies the Arizona Department of Insurance has, and therefore they, not I, ordered him to remove it. What I am deeply concerned about with Brandon, based on his self admitted descriptions, is that there is potentially more than meets the eye about this UNI cooperative. I have given very careful deliberation based on these facts about including my DeFi complaint into a complaint with the SEC Office of the Whistleblower and FinCEN. I'm unsure at this time if I'm going to file that. Normally, this is not a typical case, but what really alerted me is this $3.5 million dry oil well scam, which actually, in the process of the complaint, funny enough, Brandon Irish himself repeated and reaffirmed his involvement in this dry oil well scam. Now, I know why everyone's here, and it's because most of you people are a bunch of religious hypocrites, and you're here for drama. I'm uninterested in drama. It's the Dr. Spyder case. What most of you do not realize is that I have a live stream from Rob Reed prior to the case in 2025. And in that live stream, Rob Reed is antagonizing and inciting Dr. Spyder to defame me as a pedophile. Rob Reed, Bill Cuthbert, GY6, Brucifer all use coded terminology to try to circumvent the algorithms on YouTube to defame people. And when they call people some kind of a vegetable based thing like a potato, they mean pedophile. What I think is very interesting about this particular case is that very, very publicly, Dr. Spyder says on the stream, and yes, I've had it long before Brandon did, that I was a quote, pedo potato Ryan. In that stream, he also stated that he was going to drive to Louisiana at my then residence and, quote, rape my face, and rape me with a butcher knife. He then spent some, I don't remember how many minutes, screeching his then address on camera. I ask you to consider that I have been harassed by Bill Cuthbert, Rob Reed, and crew for 6 years or more. Bill Cuthbert has made repetitive death threats against myself, against Dave Connell too, and against Smokey Saint. Dr. Spyder, at one time associated with the pod crew. And although I will give praise his due that for once he has acknowledged he should not have involved himself in this privately, I will say this much. Dr. Spyder was very closely associated with the pod crew when they were part of the Rob Reed, Bill Cuthbert so-called THC cartel, the entity they call themselves to defame me, tamper against me, stalk me, and harass me. And as such, it would seem that both Rob Reed and members of the pod crew radicalized Dr. Spyder. If you are in my shoes, then I would ask you to consider you have an active group of people, including a California lawyer, attempting to defame you, run you off the internet, threatening your life, and encouraging others to do likewise. You have an obviously unstable individual that will cross the threshold, someone who is not only known for making threats, but would make very outlandish, violent threats. Make threats as described, it's no secret, it's on that live stream. And then cross the threshold into apparently committing another crime on the live stream itself. Mr. Dr. Spyder would apparently rob a store after I left. From my perspective, Bill Cuthbert has a long history of making death threats and radicalizing other people to do his dirty work. How was I supposed to know that at least that night, someone wasn't going to hop in a truck and fulfill these same threats, that he was going to rape me, rape my face, and rape me with a butcher knife because I was a pedophile. So he defamed me. Now, let me also pause for just a moment here and insert a thought for the unrighteous people. And I don't have a problem naming you Nemesis Vegas, Love to Love God, Mac and Cheese. I guess Brandon, because he's one of the biggest harassers on the net in this regard. Illuminati Land, who publicly admitted how much he hates me, apparently. If you were in a situation where someone made these similar threats, are you seriously going to tell me that you're not going to at least file a police report? Also, you people have demonstrated the Christianity you profess. You are fine defending and seemingly, allegedly aiding and abetting someone with a very lengthy criminal record, which is I find interesting. It reveals the depth of your Christianity. None of you, to my knowledge, have done what I did prior to the case, publicly and privately on Dave the News Unit's channel. I attempted multiple times to try to find resources so that Dr. Spyder could go to some sort of addiction counseling because it was very obvious he needed help. There were a few times prior to the case, Dr. Spyder asked for help. I have lost at least 2 relatives because of their drinking. I understand that. I don't want anyone to have to endure that, even a recalcitrant, recidivistic criminal. Perhaps it may just be that this person needs addiction counseling. I said that much in the preliminary hearing. In fact, I also stated that the reason I made the call was not because I hated Dr. Spyder. It was not because I had some kind of vendetta. It was because I believed a mentally ill individual had a serious problem, and I called, as I said on the stand, because of the threats. Had he not made the threats, doxed his address, and gone to the extreme degree, I would not have felt concerned for my safety and would have just written it off. Unfortunately, it would appear that Dr. Spyder cannot do that. Now, Rob Reed lied, probably because he didn't do any due diligence. Shocker there. Not. The charge was not dismissed. Dr. Spyder took a plea deal. And in that plea deal, it will be a violation of his probation and of an included no contact order in that charge to have any contact with me during this time and whatever the other stipulations are of his probation. That no contact order, by the way, includes third party agents. If Brandon decides to continue harassing me, that very well could be understood that he is doing it on Dr. Spyder's behalf. And if that is the case, then it is a violation of the probation and the no contact order. This is all going to start over again. Except this time, you can't blame me. Go get angry with the state of Kansas. Now, that being said, I have demonstrated quite a bit of restraint. I didn't publicly comment until now about the Arizona DeFi investigation or the Matt Dry, Dr. Spyder, Dr. Lord Spyder, whatever he wants to call himself, case. It is honestly my hope that Dr. Spyder receives some kind of treatment. He clearly needs it even now. What I think is more interesting is actually not Dr. Spyder himself. It is actually this community of Christians where so called Christians, and I seriously hesitate to call you even that, will turn a blind eye and support someone who previously, and yes, I sent this off to the Wichita police, they had a copy of it on file, threatened to gang rape Lowe because he thought that was funny, I guess. I have had to put up with defamation for the better part of a year. I've had to put up with people stalking me on spoof accounts, defaming me, and exploiting the fact that as the victim in the case, I could not discuss it for obvious reasons. I'm not Rob Reed, and I'm not inclined to commit unauthorized practice of law or obstruction, as he frequently does. Now, that being said, it is my hope that this community realizes you spent the better part of a year defending someone, not because you believed you were following a good cause, but because you don't care for me. Well, if it's because you didn't care for my religion, or you don't care for my particular proclivities, or you just don't care for my somewhat snarky attitude at times, well, that was one thing. Oh, no, 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 no. I have dealt and recorded so many threats that I was going to be sued, that I was a fake Christian, that I was going to prison, that friends of mine were going to prison, that family was going to prison. And this does not have to do with the THC cartel. This is external to them. It's even external to Brandon Irish. This is going to have to be a black eye for you fake Christians because it reveals the depth of your Christianity. You are fine with Christianity until it becomes inconvenient for you. I venture to think that if someone threatened your life in a similar manner, you hypocrites would probably call the police. And yet, I have received so much harassment from just that. So, amazingly, these people apparently don't have the intelligence to recognize, well, wait a minute, if he's willing to call the cops and he's actually willing to do something about it, maybe you shouldn't threaten him. My hope is that these people turn a new leaf and that they stop doing whatever they are doing. With regard to Brandon, well, honestly, I don't know why he hates me. He has claimed now for the better part of a year he had alleged evidence I committed perjuries and felonies. I told Brandon directly, go submit this to the Louisiana Attorney General, Liz Murrell. Go submit it to the Lafayette Parish Sheriff's Department. Go submit it wherever you feel you need to submit it. Amazingly, that never seems to have happened because it doesn't exist. And the community, willing to ignore his Docetism, willing to ignore his serpent seed, and willing to ignore the fact that he was actively tampering with the victim in a case, that's a serious crime in and of itself. allowed this man to continue making these kinds of threats. Why? Because Ryan is bad. Not because Ryan is a victim in a case and it's illegal to do that kind of stuff. Not because, maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't allow this person to be heinous and immoral. No, what I've realized is you people don't care. I understand why Smokey feels the way he does sometimes, because frankly, I've experienced it from many of you people out in the community. All of the evidence I have mentioned is on my archive, but due to time constraints in this presentation, I've decided not to play them. I will make a community post later on documenting the evidence with respect to Brandon Irish. More or less, Smokey, that is the conclusion of what I wish to say, and I would like to thank Smokey for his time.
Well, it was my pleasure, Ryan. I'm glad you got the chance to get all that out. You have a lot of adversaries and fake frauds of faith out there quivering in many regards. You've collected a lot of information, I'll say for sure. You put a lot of due diligence into a lot of what you've researched and looked into. And there are a lot of antics that are, at best, unsavory, and maybe at worst, in some ways, illegal. We just don't always ever see products of that, or convicted consciences, which you would hope to see in Christians, which you just generally don't see,
Indeed. And you see,
which is a
here
problem.
again.
Because there's a spiritual side to this too.
Mhm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, go
Well,
ahead.
just briefly, let me say this. In order to accept a plea deal, you have to plead guilty.
Right.
This is no longer up for debate. Dr. Spyder is guilty according to the state of Kansas. Apparently the people in the room that hate me so badly can't seem to accept that fact. The man broke the law. You're mad because someone reported him for breaking the law. But please continue.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't. Naturally, I don't. I don't trust a lot that the system does these days. I have too many stories of bad stuff going on. But I will say this: we all witnessed Spyder in the direct action of a crime. It's not like we're hearing some story of something that happened, ages ago, or some lady tells a story, or some guy tells a story. This guy said he'd kill me. We all just kind of laugh and mock. This was an active thing that Spyder decided to do publicly in front of absolutely everyone. There's not really much question as to what happened because it's all recorded in high definition.
Yes.
We can see exactly what occurred, what led to this. Now, as for the burglary charge, I know nothing about any of that. I don't have any evidence. I don't have any information. I know he took I guess, a plea of some kind. I don't know what back on dealings there were with any of that, or if he was leveraged to take a plea that maybe wasn't completely fair. All that's possible. All that. But here's the one
Yeah,
thing
I
I
couldn't
do
comment
know.
on that either. All I know is I got a
Yeah.
call from the prosecutor one day, and the offer was, "Are you comfortable with the idea that we would allow him to take a plea deal? The burglary charge is the worst charge out of the two,
Right.
and what do you feel about that? Fine. Can you incorporate a no contact order? The
And
chances that he will contact me very high.
right.
Yes, we can do that.
Right. So there's
Okay, then
there's
let's go."
lots of, and of course Spider has been avoiding you, and this is likely why. But in all reality here, the burglary stuff, whatever, the courts will do whatever they're going to do. Like, oh, we'll drop this charge if you take this other charge that we have less evidence for, but is cleaner. I don't know. I don't know what back on dealings go there. But here's what I do know: we all watched what Spider actually did. So it's not like there's any doubt that there was any kind of crime committed at all. There was. In fact, I will say this: Spider got away with doing this, I don't even know, 2 dozen times,
Well, yeah,
or
dozens of
more.
times on multiple
I mean, I
channels.
still have the clip of him threatening to rape my wife. That's certainly not any kind of legal. So Spider's been doing antics like this for a hot minute, probably almost a year, basically. Threatening people, saying foul things to people, their spouses, threatening them, their family members, threatening their person, their safety, their jobs, just spurging out, throwing a fit. And then finally, one time, where he comes in, doxes himself entirely, starts throwing around a bunch of threats, dares someone to call the cops, someone does, and then he goes to jail. This is nothing but Spider's fault. And if you cannot
Exactly.
see that, there is something wrong with you.
You can get mad at me all you wish. I'll use a name that most of us remember, Midnight Sparkle. If it had been Sparkle and not me, it wouldn't matter.
No. No, yeah, no. Yeah, so there's spiritual components to this too. I'm not going to get into a lot of things here, but there are spiritual dynamics to this too. The moral offenses that Christians choose, and this is just what it's coming down to. Like, I'm a Christian and I feel a kind of way, therefore God wants me to feel this, or this is God's standard, or this is how God sees it because I see it this way. That's not how any of that works.
No.
And
God is
I
not
I
fine
am
with
sick of
inflexible
Christians coming
morality.
to moralize me and say, well, my view is shove it. Shove your fucking view. Like, is it really reasonable for Mr. Ambulance Chaser down there in the chat? I'm just gonna address him, it's just me. Mr. Ambulance Chaser down there in the chat, is it fair for him to go around the internet for years complaining about reviling with a very bad definition, because he doesn't like exegesis
As
or
he has been
hermeneutics,
reviling other people and
as he has
allegedly
been nonstop
compensating people.
reviling by
Yes.
his own definition. By his own definition, by his definition and mine, exegetical and factual and literal and etymological and English based. Like, he's fulfilling the reviling of every possible available definition, and yet goes around and says he's doing it because he's mad at people for reviling. Now, I know Short Bus Rob is bad at connecting simple dots like that, but I will say, even someone as slow as him should be able to pick out the clear, blatant hypocrisy in something like that. I would think.
Could I also highlight that I have been very clear to Counselor Reed, since his unprofessional behavior sunk my affidavit offer in an unrelated matter? Why is he here harassing me in the chat? I was very clear that I want nothing to do with Counselor Reed. And once again, because of the active bar complaint, you'll never guess where this is going, including Rob Reed's comment at Veckel's channel about leading the prosecutorial horse around.
But no, actually, you're not, Rob. You're not using my definition. You're not. Because and see, the reason is because you have such a dumb, big, fat fucking mouth. You can never stop running it to listen, to realize what's actually being said. If you think that's true, then you haven't listened to what the exegetical definition is, no matter how many times I give it to you. So you can just ignore it.
You have to realize
and make up your own and pretend that I said it, which you seem to be doing. Or you could actually listen, but we all know listening isn't your strong suit, is it, Counselor?
Oh, no. Rob Reed would rather allegedly compensate his goon squad to then continue the reviling behavior. I have evidence to suggest that.
Well, of course. In fact, actually, reviling is Rob's favorite pastime. He likes it just as much as reading the Bible.
It's very strange that a so-called pastor does this. I have never seen a so-called pastor, if I can provide that comment, engage
he's
in
not
that
anymore. Remember, he had to leave.
Behavior.
He had to leave Malibu.
He's apparently set up shop somewhere else.
Oh, has he? Okay.
Yeah, he's advertised it on his YouTube channel.
Well, we'll ignore all the rumors that he was touching the Sunday school children, because that's completely unsubstantiated. We're not going to say that. That's the reason he had to leave. That he was suspected of that. Yeah, we don't know anything about that. No, that's just rumor. It's just out there. And we don't trust rumor. We don't trust things that people just come up and say out of the blue with absolutely no receipts or evidence at all, especially if it happened like years ago. We have integrity. Christians have integrity, and certainly I have integrity, even though I'm not Christian. I would never do such a thing. Just take someone's random claim, from years after the fact with absolutely no evidence whatsoever and just think that it's true. I wouldn't do that to you, Rob. I have ethics, so you're good. You're good.
I have demonstrated a great
Just rumors. Just rumors.
I have demonstrated a great restraint with certain individuals. And the fact of the matter is, it seems that my online judges are a bunch of self-righteous, morally flexible, hypocrite, so-called Christians that are willing to sell out their morals for nothing more than expediency and whether or not they care for someone in a moment. Could I also state that, Rob Reed is actually one advantageous thing. Even Reed didn't bother to mess around with the whole affinity fraud potential angle. Should be rather indicative, and yet he's been more than happy to tamper with me as a witness and complainant to the California State Bar. A big no-no. Well, Smokey, that's more or less all of what I had to say.
Right,
I have no intention to address the self-described ambulance chaser. He said that about himself, right?
No, well, Yeah, kind of. I mean, in a couple different ways. Like some,
Oh, no, he
maybe.
directly said it. I have the
Oh,
clip.
did
He
he
also
explicitly say? I think kind of alluded
yes.
to it, but
No,
like
no, no,
I
no.
think.
He called
Oh,
himself
okay.
on his live stream the ambulance chaser. In fact,
Well,
even
look at that.
racially used.
Rob had a moment of honest clarity in his life. Holy shit.
Yes,
Okay, well
sir.
that's good. All right, that's great. Outstanding. Well, that's a good thing. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it, Ryan. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for
Yes,
kind of
and thank you for
addressing.
the opportunity.
And like I said, if anyone else wants to come and address the community per se, whatever they think they want to do something like this, you can do so. And I won't guarantee you won't get any pushback, but you're welcome to do so. You can reach out to me, you can email me or Discord message me or whatever. And we can set something like that up. I will say this. I just want to say one more thing, just real quick before I go too. And this is something I've realized is a bit of a challenge, and especially for the free gracers, this is a topic that they avoid a lot of. I want to let you know, I'm going to start leaning into this a little bit. I want to start seeing the free gracers. If free grace is true, this is what I want to see. I want to see you going to all of the rape victims that are out there in America, all over the place. And I want you to tell them how their rapist is going to go to heaven for just 1 second, one moment of believing in the Bible. In fact, imagine situations, and I heard a story, sadly, from a young victim, not young, but she was young, but a victim who was sharing a story through Discord just the other day, that she would be read Bible passages from a book while her babysitter molester was molesting her and has caused her to
Good
hate
God.
Christianity. Has caused her to hate Christian. Now, she thinks she sees the free gracers and she's extra offended because she thinks, well, free grace is true, then this guy could do what he wants, including ruin my life, and he's going to go into heaven. So not only does she hate free grace, she hates Christianity through free grace. So it's these are sticky situations you guys never address with your heinous, disgusting, foul, fake gospel and fake doctrine. And you too, Rob, you hold on to this. You hold on to this disgusting,
Well, yes, he
perverse, foul,
defines
offensive idea.
repentance as a thinking higher, and then prevaricates about what that actually means. What he really means is, I think I screwed up. I have a moment where I think higher. Everything is fine.
Right. So part of the issue is I don't think you guys realize, and especially for all of your angsty moaning that a lot of you Christians do, here on the internet with your slander, reviling, nonsense, making stuff up, drama farming, all the things you do with your pastime. You do a great job at making Christianity look like absolute dog shit. So I guess keep it up while you claim to be quote unquote hashtag glory to God. You're not doing any of that. You're deluding yourself. So go ahead and keep up the bullshit antics, Ryan. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming by and doing this. I appreciate
Sure,
it.
and,
We're
and
gonna
since someone is here, I think it goes without saying. Yes, all this evidence is going in a supplemental evidence update to the California bar.
right, right. Right. So, no, I don't agree with it, Rob. Again, Rob, listening is not your strong suit. It really,
It
really
is
isn't.
not.
All these retards I have on the internet that just say things that just are completely not comporting with reality or just weren't said at all. Like, it's just so frustrating. Like, do you guys really not have a conscience? Like, does free grace truly erase your conscience? I have to wonder. Because so many of these free gracers I see have absolutely no conscience at all. You would think the conscience would convict you. Like Rob knows what he's doing is evil in many regards and just doesn't care, has no conscience about it. So by
Well,
what metric would one judge Rob saved?
you can
Like
apparently
just his
can wear a panda.
proclamation? Just his proclamation that he is?
Well, remember, you can apparently wear a panda suit and get your best buddy to admit that he wore the panda suit to evangelize the kids. It's apparently covered by free grace.
That was the funniest thing ever, where they're all trying to like reason with Bill why that wasn't a great idea.
Oh yeah, Rob Reed himself, and I have the stream, gets Bill to admit that he wore the damn
Yeah.
panda suit. And
Okay.
that and
All
what
right.
I raised that point for an obvious reason. If free grace is true, then why would you do that? Wouldn't matter in your worldview.
Right. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna close this segment if you're good
By
with
all
it. I'm
means.
gonna I'm gonna open the room. You can leave if you want. You don't have to stick around. I'm sure adversaries will join. I'm gonna open the
I'm
room for a
almost
few minutes.
positive.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the room for a few minutes. Not long because I got other stuff to do today too. But we'll see how long I can make some time for this. I got some things to do with Low as well. But we'll see what we can do. But Ryan, thank you for your time.
Well, thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you for the address and putting out what you know and your information and such, and letting everyone be aware of that. I hope you have yourself a pleasant day, and we'll catch up later.
Indeed. I will
All right.
see you later.
Take care, man. All right. Okay, folks, you guys want to come in? You're chomping at the bit. Okay, well, here's the link. I'll post in side chat here. Link to join. I'm going to have to pin that on the other side. Link to join. All right, here we go, folks. Well, go tell all the rape victims that their rapist goes to heaven and is in the loving, embracing arms of Jesus when they ruin these kids' lives. You go do that. Go open up your incredible free grace ministry and be honest with people about the disgusting trash you believe. So there's a link. It's there. Oh, Brandon's here. Brandon, welcome. How you doing today?
Well, I just woke up to catch the ass end of this fucking ridiculous fucking retard.
Oh, you should have watched it earlier. You were more of a topic earlier on than later on in the
Sure. So is this delusional motherfucker thinks that he's gotten away with this?
Gotten away with what? I don't know. I'm sorry.
With calling up and making false police reports.
I don't think he thinks.
Bitch.
Well, I don't think he thinks.
He did. Absolutely. I can't wait till we get to air the actual 911 call. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's coming, Ryan. You're little.
Are you getting the by the way, it's funny you say that because I'm actually working on probably getting the body cam info for Spyder. I want to get the body cam for it. I put out a request, but I don't know how much it's going to cost. Sometimes they charge crazy amounts, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to get that, my friend.
Oh, I absolutely can. I just don't know if I want to pay for it.
I'll pay for it.
Okay. Oh, you want me to bill you?
Yeah, if you can get it, I'll pay for it.
Okay, I'll file the I actually filed the request a while ago. They said they couldn't fulfill it simply because it was an open investigation. But now that it's, I guess, closed, should have no problem. So I'll go file another request.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, they'll send me a bill. They'll let me know how much it costs. I'll let you know.
I will absolutely pay for that.
Okay, all right, cool.
Because I can't wait to air the fucking 911 call of Ryan saying that he was genuinely scared that someone was going to come and rape him. What a fucking bitch.
Good morning, William, by the way.
What a fucking pussy, man. What a cowardly motherfucker. And yet we all know, anyone with a half a brain knows there was no plea against Ryan's fucking garbage. They threw that out.
It's a collect. Well,
just looking at his archive troll fucking stupid ass psycho fucking whack job channel.
Well, Brandon, here's one thing I will say, just real quick, just to kind of clarify that. Granted, I think that particular charge was let go of, or so. I don't know exactly. I haven't looked at the actual file.
As soon as the DA saw his fucking stupid fucking super troll archive, the dude's a psycho.
But here's the thing. So they let Spyder take a plea, and yet that plea for the burglary included a no contact for the other charge that they dropped. So it's not like they didn't take it seriously at all. You know what I mean? And granted, I'm not even saying prosecutors are all that smart. I'm not even saying prosecutors are all that smart, and many of them are opportunistic scum. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying
you're going to go to jail, Ryan. Just so you know,
the process. All right, well,
wheels of justice turn slow, buddy, but it's going down. It's you can bank on it, bitch. You're going to.
Well, they haven't done anything to him yet, and they seem to have accepted.
Being a lying little coward.
Well, they seem to have accepted. They seem to have accepted the charges. They didn't dismiss them in a kind of way where they're going after Ryan for saying something false. I mean,
Ryan shit got thrown out.
I don't think they would have. I don't think they would have kept a no contact order going if there wasn't some credulity to the charges. There'd be no reason for that if they just had completely thrown it out. With prejudice. There's nothing to it. But what happens many times, and I do know this, and this happens all the time, all over the place, is if you have a bundle of charges against you, they'll let some of the harsher ones or something go for you to just plead out to something smaller or lesser. It doesn't mean that you aren't guilty or suspected of those things. It just means they're not going to punish you for it.
Did it make you feel at all uncomfortable when Ryan says if you take a plea deal, you're automatically guilty?
Oh, I just retorted against that. Didn't you hear it? I said, that's not how I operate at all. In fact, the reason I said that, the only reason to think that Spyder is quote unquote guilty of anything is what we actively all saw live happen on air, which was a crime. I mean, you can make all arguments all day long about whether someone was afraid or not, but the actual act itself was a crime. We all watched the crime happen. That's at least something. You know, like I'm not trusting a prosecutor as far as I can fucking throw him.
Yeah, you should start reporting Dave every time he fucking threatens to kill everyone.
Well, I don't report anyone to the cops. Why would I do that? I never do that.
Well, I'm talking to Ryan.
I mean, Spyder threatened to rape. Spyder threatened to rape my wife. I don't call the cops. Like, you know, that's just not.
You were smart enough to realize that that's never going to happen. You never felt threatened.
Here's the thing.
Anyway, because you're not a total fucking pussy.
Well, but let me be clear though too. Like, if there was something that happened in reality, right, where I'm like out and about with my wife, and Spyder is like suddenly there in our midst, I would stand between Spyder and my wife. You know what I mean?
And you would have every legal right to whoop his ass.
Right, but I would, like, it's not like if I ran into, like, say, Will Kincaid, like, and I give him a big hug, and we're there, and we're chatting, you know, and stuff like that, and, you know, we're all, you know, having a communal experience. Like, if Spyder was just suddenly there, I would instantaneously feel the need. This guy is dangerous. I need to protect my wife. Now, I'm not saying necessarily I think he's gonna do something violent, but he's shown himself to be so unpredictable and unhinged. I wouldn't know, and therefore wouldn't take a risk. So I would stand between those two. You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. I mean, I totally see the narrative. Yes.
Yeah, that's the difference. Is like, I'm not even proclaiming what Ryan did was right or wrong. In fact, that's not even my place to say, really.
But you and honestly, I know he would never come driving.
I can say I won't do it. I can say Lowe won't do it. You can say you won't do it. But I don't know any moral unction where I'm like able to tell someone, hey, don't call the cops if you see a crime committed. I don't know a Christian principle I can use to like say to someone they have to do that. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, I can't wait.
I can say I personally don't do it.
To see Ryan go to jail. It's going to be the.
I don't know what you think he's going to jail for.
For calling and making a false police report.
But they didn't regard it as false. They would have already arrested him if they thought it was false.
Oh no!
They literally worked it. They literally worked it through a plea deal.
Yeah, we have all the proof we need. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, whatever. Okay.
He committed 2 felonies and he's going to go to jail.
Okay. All right. Yo, hey, I can relate to one.
Write it down.
I can relate. Here's the thing.
Ryan will go to jail. You will go to jail, Ryan. You're going to go to jail. Pack your fucking bags, dumbass. And you wonder why I hate you when you called up and made a false report against me with the Department of Insurance?
Well, I don't know how false that was.
Yeah. What a little... That's what got my website taken down.
Well, then, if it was false, then why would it get your website taken down?
As far as...
Brandon, you got to think about this stuff before you start. You don't want to bring all this up, like, you know...
They took my website down for a completely different matter than what he reported.
Well, that's weird because you said it was because of the complaint.
Well, yeah, that they ever even looked at my website. It was not being used at all. So it didn't hurt me in any way. You know what I'm saying? It's not a fucking big deal. Didn't hurt my business. Didn't hurt me in any way. Even though that's what you wish with all your evil little heart, Ryan. You're not a fucking Christian. Give me a fucking break.
Go ahead, Will. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Is this a thing that Ryan regularly engages in where he's like,
hello? He can barely hear you, Will.
Yeah, you might want to. Let me try to raise your mic a little bit. I don't know what's going on here. No, your mic's bad. Your phone is just trash because you're broke. Okay, go ahead.
Fuck you. No, it's because it's a waterproof case. You can hold on. Let me take the case off for hair fucking gobbles over here.
Can you respect the sanctity of the room by speaking clearly?
I'm right next to my router. What? Stand next to it.
I love pissing William off in the morning. It's fun.
I know. I also miss our morning coffees.
I do miss our morning. Don't you miss our morning coffee shows? Weren't they great?
It is fucking hilarious though to have have a scumbag like Ryan wagging his finger just cracks me the fuck up.
Okay, well, hold on, Brandon. One sec. We'll get back to that. Let's let Will say his thing. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just thought I mean, like, I'd like to report a crime right now. I'd like to call the base police. Can we call the base? And no, because I don't. You know what? My opinion is whatever Ryan pays me to say my opinion is. Ryan, if you have $32 in a Venmo account, my opinion is whatever you I'm sitting by the phone right now, my dude. I will whatever. I'm happy. I'm happy. Happy person.
People will side with you if you pay them, Ryan. What a fucking loser. What a fucking loser. Ryan is the definition of a total fucking loser. That'll never amount to a fucking thing in his whole life.
Brandon, it just sounds
I kind of lean towards a higher affinity than I used to with Ryan, mostly because he paid me. I'll say that I did get paid once, but other than that, he doesn't really. He's been a good boy. I'll say that he's been a good boy. I haven't had any issues with him, but I've also not been on the fucking internet, like basically ever. Like, I happen to have a day off, you happen to be streaming, and I happen to be here. That's literally the only occasion.
Let me say this. If you're an American and you tolerate this kind of fucking behavior of some little punk bitch calling up to fucking destroy people's lives and making fucking false police reports, and you're cool with it here in YouTube land, then fucking shame on you, you un-American motherfuckers. Shame on you.
Well, here's the thing. I don't believe in our justice system at all.
Oh,
I've seen what they do. I've seen what they do at the patent office. You know the guy who invented the remote starter for your car? He had like 70 patents, right? 70 fucking patents. And basically, General Motors had more money to keep taking him to court over it, and eventually he lost the patent. Does that seem fair? No, obviously not.
Yeah, there's a great movie on this very subject about the guy that made what's the name of that? Something like Sparkle of Genius or something that has what's that guy's name, dude? He's Greg Kinnear or something like, not Greg Kinnear, but
no, it's definitely not Greg Kinnear.
What is the movie about the guy that made Ford's electric window wiper?
I don't think I've seen that one, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, Flash of Genius. It's Greg Kinnear. It's a great
movie.
Okay. It's addressing exactly what you're fucking talking about. That's because, now our legal system has been corporatized, and it's being Romanized.
Well, that's the thing, is that's why I neither defend nor protest against whatever Ryan did, because it's the justice system.
Become Catholic. That's the problem.
You know what? That's a great way to put it. I've never heard it put quite like that. Yeah. But yes, our justice system is very fucking Catholic. You're absolutely right.
Well, why did Trump graduated Fordham University, which is a Jesuit university. We all know what the Jesuits' Counter-Reformation plan was. So, how is this shit not fucking obvious that's why, if you have enough money, you can do whatever crime you want.
Yeah, that's basically for everyone. If you have enough money, you can do whatever. You really can just do whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's how. That's the same way the Roman justice system was working when Jesus showed up.
And then, of course, you could you don't even have to have the money. You just have to be a leveragist, like how Elon Musk just leverages his stocks for credit, and then uses his credit to pay for shit. You don't even have to actually have money. You just hypothetically have to have money in the future, maybe.
Yeah, let Ryan.
God, I wish I could go to the bank and be like, "Hey, listen."
Sorry, you can let.
No,
Ryan,
go ahead.
Yeah, you can let Ryan know. I will fully bankroll Spyder. Your fucking punk bitch ass is going to jail. I will fucking.
Can we get cameras in? Can we get cameras in the courtroom and get the mob to gamble on like the outcome? Can we do like a rain bet sponsorship or like call sheet or something?
According to Rob Reed and Thicky, you can get cameras inside courtrooms, even in closed session, and you should absolutely believe those pictures are real, even though they shouldn't exist. That is absolutely true. You can get them in anyway.
I wanted to see the Tyler Robinson stuff, and they're fighting that bullshit.
Don't try to force me to fucking pretend with you, please. Nothing irritates me more. Smokey, I mean,
so are you? Well, hold on. I'm sorry. Now I'm confused.
You just up to your
Are you taking the position that pleas now prove guilt? Are you now taking? Because I thought you just said the opposite earlier. Are you now taking that position?
What are you talking about? That pleas prove guilt?
Are you? I'm just confused. Are you?
That's why I asked, did it make you feel uncomfortable when Ryan said that?
Said what?
That by taking a plea.
I mean, uncomfortable? No, I disagreed, and I stated.
Well, that's exactly what happened to you, right?
It didn't happen to me, but I know a lot of people that it has happened to extremely unfairly. So no, I don't regard pleas as guilt. And by the way, even if that was true, the plea would be for what the plea was for. And even then, I know nothing about what evidence they had for burglary or whatever. In fact, for all I know, they had no evidence for burglary. And they had
this is the first time.
Let me finish. For all I know, they had no evidence for burglary at all. But they had tons of evidence for.
Did right,
dude. Let me finish.
Dude,
I'm making.
That's what she said. She said, "Dude, let me finish." I bet you will actually did
gonna put everyone in the back, including you, William, if no one will let me fucking finish. This is very simple. I don't agree with the idea that a plea is absolute guilt, but I will say this: we could have a situation. I'm not saying this is the case. We could have a situation where there's no fucking evidence of the burglary whatsoever. But it was more appealing and better to take that charge than anything to do with, death threats that are proven live, recorded in HD for everyone to see. I kind of feel like that's a sweeter deal anyway. To just be able to take a charge that even there's no evidence for, that might be lesser, and you accept it and you take it, and maybe you didn't even do it, but it gets you out of the situation. Maybe he didn't even do any burglary. I don't know. I've seen no evidence of it. I have no idea. I have no reason to believe he did or didn't.
Let me just help you.
Even though he pled to it. I have no justification to believe that he definitely did that.
Just so you understand.
Well, I don't care. Okay, well, go ahead. That's fine. You can go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, if you want to speak truth and rather than fucking.
No, that's fine. No, I yield. Go ahead. Tell us. It's fine.
Yeah. Spyder fucking hit this particular building or shop with his car and broke the big picture window and sat there and waited for the cops to come. So there's all the evidence. And number two, real quick, I don't know how it turned.
If he didn't take anything, how is it burglary?
Yeah, because I think he was it was a liquor store and he was trying
he was decided to wait for the cops to probably crack a beer or two while he was there.
Oh, I remember this. I remember Ryan telling me about this. Yeah, I remember. Yes, he was drunk driving, right?
Let the record show, though, that there was no plea over Ryan's fucking bullshit. Everybody just laughed at you, Ryan.
Can I just double check something real quick? I just want to make sure this is actually Ben. Ben, is that you?
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're answer for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Yes, it's Ben.
I recognize that from Taken. Was it Liam Neeson? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's a very popular meme. You're old. You're old. You're very old.
Okay, glad it's bed. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get porn bombed or something. I just wanted to double check. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
I'm so glad that you guys decided to do this today, though. I really am. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it.
Well, I mean, you could thank me. I'm the one that agreed to let it be set up.
Thank you, Smokey.
Thank you, Carl.
You're totally you're totally helping our case. And
everybody in chat say thank you, Carl.
I'm so glad that he fucking does whatever you tell him to do, Smokey.
Oh, and happy birthday, Brett.
Yeah, and happy birthday, Brett. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Brandon, I haven't agreed with your take on a lot of this legally and logically and whatever. It's not really pertinent, to be honest. It is what it is, kind of thing. Like, to me, I don't really give a shit about plea deals or burglary charges or did he do this, did he not do this. I care about evidence. There's plenty of instances all throughout this system where people get fucked over with no evidence against them at all. Just wrong place, wrong time, right story, whatever, however you want to parse it. I don't put a whole lot of weight in that stuff. And I understand that some people do. Yeah, I don't think you should. I think you're showing you're fucking retarded when you do that, but that's on you and your conscience or fake conscience therein. So that's going to be up to anyone. But you're right. I did not agree with the idea that a plea necessarily means guilt or that something wrong was actually done. I would need to know that there's some evidence there because a plea can be leveraged. A plea can be, I would say, done in bad faith. It can be instigated out of, governmental foul play in trying to just opportunistically glean as many prosecutions as possible. And by the way, that is the prosecutor's goal, to get as many prosecutions as possible. That is what their value and success rate is based upon. So I don't put really any weight in that at all. I think there's massive conflicts of interest at play to the pursuit of justice. So I did disagree with that idea that a plea equals guilt, but Ryan's allowed to have his own view and take on that, as so many other in this community do as well. I just think holding that position is logically and morally generally untenable, but each of you have to be accountable to your own conscience in that regard. So that's just my take. So,
well, and I mean, let me say this, Smokey, because I'm sick and tired of fucking playing this dumbass game with you. You know, you actually would fucking get a whole lot of respect back within the community here if you just fucking, fess up to your shit.
Brandon, I there's nothing to fess up to.
Start making, okay.
There's nothing to fess up to.
Yeah, just fess up to your
Brandon,
shit.
there's nothing to fess up to.
And then everybody can move the fuck on. But
Brandon, Brandon, here's the thing.
First of all, Smokey,
Brandon,
you want me to pull you?
Brandon, your advice is horrible. Your advice is not only horrible, it's also false, and it's just not even fit to be regarded.
Give me a break. Are you gonna sit?
Not giving you a break, dude.
Are you gonna continue to pretend like you're not fucking Josh Arbel? Are we gonna keep playing this?
Brandon, you have no actual evidence of any.
I fucking called your ass and fucking Flo answered the phone. You fuck.
Do you have a receipt? Did you record it?
Would you like me to read the text messages again?
What text messages? What are you even talking about, dude?
Yeah, I know. What are you even talking about? Okay, on Zillow, there was a realtor in your area.
Oh my God, man! You see what he's done in all this?
Carl, there are no hot signals.
You see how desperate he got in this?
Carl, there are no hot signals in your area.
So he's trying to track down like docs and call phone numbers and stuff and try and reach like family and friends and people that he thinks might be me or connected to me. Do you see what he's doing? Do you see what he's admitting to doing?
It's not over. It'll never be over. That's Carl's point.
He's like, just admit this thing that's not true and it'll go away. Are you retarded? Are you completely fucking retarded?
Okay. Like Josh and Carl are in the same room, and then they're like, "It's AI."
Smokey's not Josh. Give me. Let's continue to pretend.
Wait, that would solve nothing.
The thing is, Brandon,
if Josh and Carl were in the same room, standing next to each other, they'd be like, it's ChatGPT, it's Sora 2, it's the fucking, it's Kurt Russell. I don't know. It just never ends. It never does.
And by the way, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I will say this: it's a very weird thing to obsess over an unsubstantiated story that was never given a single iota of evidence against someone that is assumed to be me. Over what? Because I make arguments you don't like? Because I show how stupid you are?
And weren't we just talking about?
I don't understand. What is like?
Weren't we just talking about exhaustive legislation and how, like, basically whoever has the most money wins?
Yes.
Like, isn't that? I feel like we just had that conversation, like about the plea deals, and that we agreed that yes, the system is corrupt, and we'll just bully you into pleading to things.
Imagine a scenario, right? I want you guys to imagine a scenario, right, where like someone is gonna get in some kind of legal trouble, right? They're like someone's made an accusation or something, right? And they got like say $30,000, more than enough money to pay for their defense, right? Like they could get a stellar lawyer, they could defend themselves to the peak, to the key, they could do a great job with it, they'd have a higher chance of actually, having a solid case and being defended against properly. But you get arrested and you get set a $250,000 bail, and you got to pay your bail to get out in order to adequately do your defense and get back to your job and try to salvage your life, and you pay all of your money, get out of jail. Now you don't have any for a defense anymore. You don't have anything left for a defense. So they took what would have been your defense money for you to go against the charges that they've unfairly and foully put against someone. And you don't have the money to even now defend yourself because they put a huge bail on you. See, like there's systematic failures in a lot of this that few people recognize and give credit to. There's issues where, and it's prolific, which is why I don't know why there isn't more outrage over it. There's thousands, and just ones that we know about, of stories all over the internet of people being prosecuted in a slew of different types of crimes with no evidence against them at all. None.
And you know what's even crazier? You know what's even crazier about that, Colonel? Some of them aren't even black. Can you believe it?
I really don't understand your reason behind this fucking, charade of fucking I'm not Josh or Bell shit.
Why? Well, Brandon, why would you obsess? Let me ask you something. Why would you obsess so much about it, whether I was or wasn't? Why would you obsess so much about it?
When you fucking get up on your moral fucking high horse, that's the problem. That's why.
What is the problem?
Dude.
So someone, in order to make a moral claim, has to have done nothing wrong in their whole life?
The size of a moral...
No, answer the question. Answer the question. For someone to make a moral claim, they have to have done nothing wrong in their entire life?
Well, no, but I mean...
Okay, then what is your point?
That you're a liar.
You don't have one. You don't have one.
That's
no, dude. No, what you are desperate.
Person.
What you are desperate for a worthless point. That's what you are.
I'm desperate for a worthless point.
You just proved it was a worthless point.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, dude. I am.
Well, I don't want you. I don't want you talking, Smokey.
I know.
Hey, and you know what? I believe in free speech. It's inspired by God, but I don't want you talking, Smokey. I'm going to slander you and use a bunch of internet rumor so no one listens to you, and I can keep you quiet. I support free speech. Free speech is what from God. Watch me silence you. No. You don't see yourself looking like a fucking clown when you do that?
Not at all. Not even.
Okay. Well, I'm not surprised, actually.
I think that you're fucking participating in delusional behavior, and it's totally affecting mental health.
Well, that's a pot kettle situation right there. Holy shit.
You can say what you will, my friend, but I don't.
By the way, Will, this is the guy that doesn't think viruses exist.
I don't pretend with people at all.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. That's the guy. He's the virus guy.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm so unplugged from all of this whatever. I forget. I forget our escapade. You know what? We really got to have coffee again. It's got to happen.
Demon flesh viruses don't exist. I don't know. Earth is semi-flat. I'm not sure where he lands on that. I don't know.
We really need to have coffee sometime.
Earth is young. Did you know that the Earth is definitely only 6,000 years old? Definitely.
So why
ignore any evidence to the contrary.
Come back in. I know.
Ignore any evidence to the contrary because reasons.
Listen, tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. Your move.
Your move.
You don't fucking know.
Do you remember when we used to just as a pastime just open a stream and shit on young earthers? Remember we used to do that?
Well, yeah, I remember. And then who was that guy with the rap?
I had that one stream I opened up and Standing was all like, "No one cares about this and you're irrelevant." And then Gutsick Gibbons showed up and like fucking like all of the biggest enemy contributors with like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subs started showing up on my stream to talk about how trash Young Earth was. Oh, I gotta go find that episode. Standing
for Truth bragging about being a bully in high school to try to bully me IRL in a fucking live stream. That was great. He's like, you're just mad at me because I was one of the guys that fucked your prom date. I was thinking to myself, oh, I was the one who fucked my prom date, but we don't need to. But no, and then he's like, and then I said, no, I wasn't too mad about it because I was at your house fucking your mom and your dog. And then he didn't know what to do with it. That was good. I remember when I fucked Standing for Truth's dog.
Be careful though, Will, because I mean, if you
remember when you asked him about the flood, and he's like,
"Bestiality." Ryan could be recording you and ready to report you for such.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're gonna be really worried about that. Will, do you remember when you asked about the olive trees surviving, and he talked about Garbage Island? Do you remember the Garbage Island?
Yes, Garbage Island. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, who the fuck was that guy? Who is like the mats of floating plant material that couldn't have possibly fucking survived in salinated water.
He was talking about Garbage Island floating around. That's how the trees survived in salt water.
It's like, he says shit like, oh, you can't actually believe in Jesus and believe that the earth is more than 6,000 years old. And I'm like thinking to myself now as a Christian, like, well, that's funny because I do that all the time. So, fuck, we got to call up Standing and get a real fuck. We got to get a read on this immediately. We have to find out because I'm the missing link.
This is a fun morning. I want to thank everyone for this. This is a fun morning. Everyone that showed up. It is
a fun morning. I'm having a really great time. I'm hanging drywall. I feel like Dave. I actually do. I feel like
Smokey, with your older position now, I mean, there's no way that even science can claim, because of carbon dating, that this universe couldn't even be more than 60,000 years old. So
it's a complete non-starter argument because you can just pull the Big Bang out of everything now because that was the big argument for like the big contrary argument to like Young Earth. It was just coming from the atheist side. And now the Big Bang is now being questioned because we found out the shape of the universe isn't like, it's not spinning the right way. It's not spinning at all in some places.
The rebound model now where it expands and then shrinks when it gets too big or collapses back into itself, and then we'll have another bang.
This one's great because no, there's a new one. So like this one's great because now, you know those plastic expanding sphere things that you used to get as a kid are like multicolored and it's that shape. That's the shape.
Oh, with like it goes from like a rigid, like almost like spiky to like almost a rounded type thing in the expansion type deal.
Yeah, but the center's not like empty. It's like there's like a shitload of connections all over the place. That's a problem because if the Big Bang happened, then you would suspect that after billions of years, that most of the shit would be on the edges of the shit.
Well, there must be a God because the universe has a fabric that it seems.
Yeah, it's like a fancy dodecahedron type situation.
Wow, that's what the Bible even says too.
Yeah, what does it say? He spreads it out like a garment or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all of the and you know what's funny is that Earth and our solar system and our galaxy is inside of what they call a cosmic void, the space in between, and it turns out that like our calculations for everything are completely off because we got the shape of the universe wrong, and now they're going to go back to the drawing board, but they're still using the old data because they don't know what to do. I think that's really funny. I'm gonna
have to pull up the fucking actual patents again, but there's a company that makes a.
Well, you need to. I'm gonna warn you. We got Jay in the side chat telling you to stop moking God. You need to stop moking God. Stop it. You're moking God.
Oh, I think
is that guy related to James Frazier?
No, James doesn't do socks. No, James is in the chat.
I don't think that I moked God a single time in this entire conversation.
You know what? That actually
I don't even know.
You know what, Jay? That might be Josh. That might be him.
It's him. It's Jay. It's Josh's Jay. And I'm basement.
There's your
and this is
Smokey. And you have such a distinct voice.
Well, whatever you say on the internet must be true, even if you don't have receipts. I've learned that over the last few years, that's how Christians operate. Just whatever you say is true, even if you have no receipts.
I left Walmart without my receipt, and they put me in the back of a patrol cruiser.
Let me give you an example. Like, let's say you're claiming like some sort of crime happened against you, right? And you go on the internet and you're going to do an interview, right? And and the case has already been settled, right? So like any evidence that's there, you would be more than welcome to share. The case is over. You can put it out there, but you constantly make excuses to never share any evidence or any receipts at all. An educated, intelligent person.
Carl? I would say that was weird.
That is a weird thing, right? To say, here's this story, here's this grand story I have. Oh, and by the way, I don't have a single receipt to show you, even though there's no reason I couldn't show you because the case is over. So I should be able to show you everything. And yet I'm going to show you nothing, and you're just going to believe whatever I say. Now, what's interesting is I couldn't find too many Christians with any type of actual moral compass to say, that ain't right. Like, if you're going to make some claim about something like many years ago and just come up and tell some grand story, shouldn't you have like a single receipt to show? Like a single piece of evidence?
And then years after the case is settled, right? Imagine this. Imagine years after the case is settled, you're still floating around in the ether saying these things and still not producing that evidence at all.
Yeah.
And also, I love you. Why won't you love me, you fucking pedophile?
So wait a minute. This is where
why won't you
just
love me,
hypothetically.
There's so much evidence, though. Like, what in the fuck are we talking about here?
Whatever.
You know what? Meg groomed me too.
There's a thing called the sex offender registry.
What is that evidence of, do you think?
That you're.
I think it's evidence that Meg groomed me.
Okay, so let me explain how this works, evidence. Brandon, evidence is something that happens before. Evidence is something that happens inside the case to show guilt. That not something that happens after. Like we already discussed, the plea deal doesn't mean shit, right? We both agree on that. We both agreed on that a plea deal doesn't mean shit. And of course, a registry thing would be a product of a plea deal in the instance I believe you're referencing, which you don't put any weight on unless there's some evidence, and there's no evidence. None.
For the astute among us, you will observe.
The person that has all the evidence supposedly shows up to do interviews, but provides absolutely nothing. Isn't that kind of weird?
Do you want me to
At least we're going to get the body cam footage from Ryan.
For something that was claimed, especially for something that was claimed to happen 2 decades in the past, and not a single receipt, not one single iota of evidence.
Dude. Smokey.
He's gonna take you back to the past.
You literally just said we don't consider the plea guilt. You just admitted through the Spyder situation. You just admitted through the Spyder situation that plea doesn't necessarily mean guilt. Okay, and now you're literally going back on that to claim guilt through a plea. Like you're violating your own standard. You're proving yourself a hypocrite. I mean,
Can we
pick a
just
lane.
calm
Pick a
down
lane.
for one
Well, no,
second?
pick a lane first. Pick a lane, and then I can calm down.
Okay. Well, here's the fucking facts that I do know, dude. Okay. I've seen the registry list.
That's not evidence of anything. That's not evidence of anything.
But also,
What is the evidence the event actually happened? Let's put it that way. What is the evidence that the statements made actually happened? What is that evidence?
the girl's testimony.
So truth is established by one witness? Truth is established by one witness? Are
you going to claim that eyewitness testimony isn't admissible in court?
Listen, I personally saw...
Will, you're messing with my flow here.
Okay. Well, Brandon molested me at a Chuck E. Cheese back in 1996, and that's my eyewitness testimony. And he believes me. So, Brandon, you fucking pedophile. I rest my case, Your Honor.
You do have to have
the court of law, the way it operates today. So let me be clear. The court of law, the way it operates today, does work with a single witness testimony way, which is completely anti-biblical. By two or more witnesses is truth established. So some random person making up a story that they have absolutely no evidence for whatsoever many, many years after the fact should not be believed, yet somehow is in this modern climate. Because there's no biblical standard. So I guess what I'm understanding, Brandon, is that you stand behind the evil, unbiblical, secular method of singular witness testimony being the establishment of truth. Am I to understand that correctly?
What are you talking about? The Bible even says, two witnesses for a thing to be
right. Not one random person 2 decades after the fact. Right.
Due process comes straight out of the Bible, dude.
Okay, so you would admit the secular authorities today do not use that due process that's in the Bible if they allow that truth to be established.
In this country, you still do have due process.
But you don't have. Wait.
But we've established that.
Can I,
Brandon? I'm helping. I want to help you get there, Brandon. The thing is, we've already established.
Total wrecking ball.
I am helping you. God damn it!
You're retarded.
Brandon's
that very well be.
Brandon's
but I'm the only retard willing.
Listen.
You what?
I'm trying to be.
This is why he keeps contradicting himself.
I want to move on from this, Smokey.
Because you're losing? Because you have no leg to stand on?
Okay, but you won't let me speak.
Do knock reference. Do knock reference.
You won't ever let me speak.
I saw it.
Fucking interrupt.
I see you, King.
I've seen the.
Brandon, your point's been well established. You're a hypocrite, liar, scumbag, sack of fucking shit that believes the secular system judges by biblical standards, and it just doesn't.
Because you're trying.
Can you take him out for a sec so I can just help him? So he's not helping himself.
Fucking not.
He can't help himself. He can't help himself.
Okay. Well, the thing is that he established that plea deals
for fucking 10 minutes. Can we just put a timer?
No, he established that plea deals aren't evidence of guilt, and then he said they are. So we need to clarify that.
Just 10 minutes of adult behavior. Is that too much?
We're talking about somebody.
Pick a lane.
Brandon, we're talking about a guy who took a plea deal.
Yeah.
Try to keep up. We're talking about a fella
I don't ever
who took a plea deal.
I don't ever get to speak, so that's why you
did. You just
children.
No. You do get to speak. You just keep fucking repeating yourself. I'm trying to help you.
I can fucking talk, you fucking prat little bitch.
The fucking 31st of February. Shut the fuck up. We are talking about a guy who took a plea deal. We've established that pleas are Jesus Christ on his throne.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus is Lord.
Christ is Lord.
Christ is
Lord. Christ is Lord. I'm trying.
Somebody go get Noah a hug. He needs attention.
Your Honor.
That's all you.
I'm not willing to work with this defendant.
Some lonely clown that needs attention.
He asked me to eat his ass for a bag of coffee, Your Honor. I can't.
conversation with a fucking child like
Well, Brandon, let me ask you one more
Not
question.
gonna
Let me just
happen.
ask you one more question. Don't you think, and let me just tell you this, because we know we both agree that the system is corrupt in many regards, right? And does the wrong thing in many instances, right? Like the system does wrong things. So if you had a scenario where there's a plea, but there's no evidence ever provided of any guilt at all, wouldn't that seem like maybe a bad faith plea situation? Wouldn't that be evidence of a bad faith plea situation? That they're okay, good, perfect, perfect. That's really all we are ultimately saying.
So now, can we just,
So when it's Smokey, it's a routine, but when it's Spyder, it's fact. Got it. Okay.
Let this guy know that he needs to shut his mouth when someone else is talking? You fucking clown.
Oh my God, is my mom here right now?
Yeah,
is that my mom?
Mouth. What a moron this fucking guy is, dude.
Sorry, Mom, I love you.
Well, you just
easy, Brandon. This is my best friend in the universe. This is my brother.
A fucking clown.
He means more to me than blood.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you fucking retards think a guy like me is goyim, don't you?
I don't. I don't think Will does anymore. Will's Christian. I don't think he thinks that way anymore. I mean, maybe. I don't. Is he goy? Are we goy? Is he goy?
Because you guys are.
Well, you're not goy, but he's definitely goy. Oh. He's definitely goy coded.
Triple goy.
He's
triple goy.
He eats the goy slop. He kissed. I mean, Rob kissed the wall, so we can't be technically speaking.
I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon. You want to say something? Go ahead. You can talk. Go ahead. Let's let Brandon talk.
Okay. I listened to the girl's story, and here's what the whole scene that I see from all of the evidence. Okay, is you and this girl. She had to be a cutie pie, and you guys actually had some genuine little relationship going on, because you were obviously a little immature at age 21, and you guys played all your little games with her parents and all of that stuff. But yes, there's no doubt in my mind what happened is you turned her out, Smokey.
So you said all this evidence. You just said that again. All this evidence. What is all this evidence? What is that? What constitutes that?
Well, it would be that the fact that you are on the registered sex.
Again, we already established, Brandon, that's not evidence that it actually occurred. We already established that. Stop going back.
But even if it did occur, that's after the evidence is.
I'm talking about what evidence was there. Okay, let me rephrase the question for your smooth brain. Okay. What was the evidence? What was the evidence? What was the evidence that led to the plea? Let's start there. Let's make
the precedent. The precedent. What came before? Yes.
Well, I would have to say that because the girl filed a complaint, and then of course they have her mother and father to corroborate the story.
Corroborate what? Did they watch some fucking happen or something? Were they in the room?
Did they know who you were?
No.
Have they met
No,
you
they don't know who I am. I don't think they even knew who Josh was. I don't think they even knew who Josh was.
Okay. Well, they met Josh, so there's no way.
Listen, I don't know what you want me to say, Michelle. I don't know what you want me to say.
Right? She literally calls the mom, and the mom's like, "You haven't prepped me for this one. I don't know what I'm supposed to say."
If you would
what you want me to say, Michelle, or the words she said. Not only did she dox her kid on live in front of God and everybody, like the knock thing with the cousin and the weird thing. She's.
I don't know what you mean.
I don't know what you want me to say was all anyone. That line is all anyone should have needed to hear to know that it was bullshit from the beginning. About Josh, whether it was you or not. I don't know what you want me to say was a perfect one-liner. Could not have said it better myself. Could not.
Guy, you just run your fucking mouth just to hear yourself. It's
Will.
That's what she said, Brandon.
You are so in love with yourself. It's just fucking disgusting. It's like
I'm in love with Christ. He's the only man I'll ever love.
Literally fucking thrown up.
And Smokey.
Get your cones out, everyone. Get your cones out. We got a fresh serving of milk.
Well, he's the one who said, I watched the thing and her testimony convinced me, but conveniently missed the part where the mom was like, I don't know what you want me to say, Michelle, when asked who Josh is. That was her.
Okay.
That wasn't me. That wasn't Carl. It wasn't Jesus, maybe.
Let me try to describe to you how much I don't give a fuck. I did.
Good, then you can go.
Over it.
Because I don't give a fuck either, so why are we talking?
Because, the more that...
Because you're bored and it's Saturday. I know.
Such a
Not a lot going on.
Notice
Would
how-
it mean anything to
Does
you?
this guy even know how a conversation works?
Would it mean anything to you if you were to find out that she gave
You
4
just make
different
yourself
ages?
look like a more of a
Well,
lion.
real quick.
Shit.
Would it change anything in your mind if you found out that she gave 4 different ages as her story evolved over the months? Would that change your mind at all?
All the shit.
But if that was true, would that change your mind at all that she kept changing her mind about ages? Would that mean anything to you or no?
Listen,
Just yes or no. Would it mean anything or not?
stop playing games, please.
I'm not playing games. I'm asking a very
I'm not
simple
gonna sit
question.
here and play this Tea Party shit with you, Smoke.
You don't.
We're
wanna- you don't
discussing
wanna
the
answer.
evidence
I
in
know why
question.
you don't want to answer.
No,
I
you
know why
want me
you
to
don't wanna
sit
answer.
here and pretend with you, and I don't do that.
Pretend
shit.
what?
Pretend.
We're not
that you're
pretending
not
anything. We're not
Josh.
pretending anything. What we are dealing with the real fact that there is not a single piece of evidence for the thing you've accepted to believe, which it goes for a lot of things you believe.
I
Oddly, so.
understand that the courts are corrupt, but they ain't that far gone, dude.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really? We gotta get this guy the Epstein
Wow.
file.
That's the case. If that's
That's a
the case,
grand
then
bold
you
claim.
should be suing your lawyer. You could sue the fucking shit
That
out of-
is
out of-
not
out of
Molly,
whatever-
he's
out of
poor.
whatever
Brilliant
lawyer
legal
defended you.
brilliant legal advice.
Well, you should.
Yeah, go get money.
There's a reason you're not a lawyer, Brandon. Let's just say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I'm not a lawyer.
Poor. He's broke.
I would never go
This
get
is so
educated
Keno.
and get a bar card.
He doesn't have any money. He's
I-
bald.
I don't have any money.
No, I'm making fun of Carl. I do this frequently. It's kind of
Good
my whole
morning,
thing.
folks.
Hey! Are things going here?
Oh, we're having a great
Great.
time. This has been a blast, actually.
Man, it reminds me of old times.
You would
It does.
restore your credibility if you'd fucking just handle
I don't
this
need
like
your
a-
advice, Brandon. Please, my
If you
credibility is
just
fine.
handle things
Yours
like
is
a fucking
horrible. The
man.
last person that should take credibility advice from is you. I'm sorry. That's just how it is.
Well, learn how to be a man lessons from me then.
Joe Jerry,
Oh,
Shut the fuck up.
is it how
Excuse
to be a
me?
man for dummies? Is that what it's called? Where do I find the book?
Hey, Brandon, don't you...
Should I move into a
Oh, the King
dilapidated,
James Bible.
infested trailer in the middle of Arizona? Would that make me a man? Is that what I need to do?
Hey,
Do I
Brandon,
need to
don't
run?
you
No.
Do I
still
need to
believe...
run?
We
Do I need
need
to run scam
listen.
insurance ads
This
to
guy
try and get
owns
people
shit.
into an insurance scam called
You
Infinite
need
Money?
to join
Do I need
the
to do that?
Chinese Imperial Army
you know
and
what I
have
need
a
to do?
very
I need to grip the
handsome.
millions of dollars on a fake oil digging scam. That'll make me a man. That's
Hey,
what I need.
Brandon, don't you still believe that Mr. Smokey here is Josh?
Yes, he is Josh.
Okay. So why are you here with a convicted pedophile?
I don't think you saw the whole fucking program, retard.
I'm asking you, why are you here with a convicted
What is
pedophile?
the title of today's show?
It's actually a valid question.
What are you doing here with a convicted pedophile, even if he calls you out?
I'm rebuking and reproving as I've been told to do.
So you lower your morals to be together in a group with a pedophile?
Why is
Okay, real
you
quick,
also
real
a
fast. I want to make sure
pedophile?
this is actually Bruce. Real quick. Is this actually Bruce?
Yep.
Okay, all right, go ahead, guys.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey.
Yeah, so why are you here with a convicted pedophile, Brandon, if you believe that?
Well, I mean, it's not like me and him are sitting here claiming to be buddies.
Well, you're on a stream with a convicted pedophile. Are you not
Well,
afraid?
how many times do I have to answer your question? I'm reproving and
Are you not afraid that
as the Bible
lowering your
tells you to do.
lowering your standards? This is what I don't get, Smokey. They want to call you Josh. They want to sit here on the panel with you, and they want to lower their standards to be with you and be inside your circle. Can you explain that to me? It's fucking hell.
Well, it's all well.
Unbelief is a sin. Yes, no doubt about it.
I agree. I would say this. I do think it's odd, but I think here's the thing. At the end of the day, realistically, no one actually cares. Even the people that obsess about this don't actually care about it. What they think it is well, thank you, Brandon. What they think it is it's an attempted deflected bargaining chip for an easy win when they're losing arguments. This is generally how it's always been used.
Okay, I can tell you that.
Even before any of the Josh stuff even came out, they were still trying to figure out ways to call people rapists and pedophiles for just disagreeing. So
let me say this in your defense, Smokey. In your defense, I will say that people do not understand, that you're not as evil and bad as they want to make this situation out to be. When that girl said in that interview that I still have feelings for him, I was like, okay, there it is.
Brandon,
if I actually believed that Smokey was a pedophile, you know what I would never ever fucking do? Sit on my fucking channel and try to butter his audience.
Okay, so but bottom line though, dude, I
But you do that. You lower yourself to that.
Shut the fuck up. I will say that yes, it is wrong to sexualize children. That's how.
But you don't have a problem with sitting on a channel with a person.
I was
that
almost
does that.
done, and then I would just let you talk as you please. But I would just enjoy being able to make it through a fucking sentence. That's how conversations work amongst gentlemen, not amongst fucking children. I'm just saying, in Josh's defense, I've listened to the girl's whole testimony. I totally understand the situation. I also have a dick. I know what's going on here. He didn't fucking, do
what if, Brandon, what if,
fucking will.
What if, just out of curiosity, what if there was nothing illegal that happened ever at all? And when you wait 10, 20 years after the fact, you can change dates and times, and especially when you have something like the Me Too movement going, I Believe All Women, you can change dates and times and just make up a whole new story, and everyone will just believe you. In fact, and you want to know the proof? Actually,
landline
proof? Do you want to know the proof of what I'm saying is true? By the way, that people will just need a story to believe it and literally nothing else. Because you all over the internet did exactly that. You didn't need a single.
Okay, let me prove my point.
A single thing she was saying, and you all just believed it. That's the proof.
Yeah. Let me prove my fucking point. Hey, Will.
Go ahead.
Will.
Yeah.
Will, would you have sit here if you believed that Smokey was a pedophile?
Would I have a what?
Would you have a friendship with Smokey and sit here if you believed he was a pedophile?
No.
Okay. Bruce, would you?
You're full of shit.
I have a 4-year-old child. No.
Bruce, would you?
My godson, actually, yeah.
Or Isaac, would you? I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't either, but I wanted to highlight
So why is it that Brandon goes lower than all the other people on this fucking panel and sit here with in his mind a convicted pedophile? Is it pride, Brandon Irish?
He already said it. He said he's not friends with Smokey, so why else would you think that he would do it? That's basically what he said. They're not buddies.
Well, beware about the Bible talking about feet that run swiftly to evil and abominations that the Lord hates. And people that will rally behind non-biblical standards of judgment and unrighteous judgment and practice that with no conscience prove they're not saved. So you just operate with that. Frankly, That'll give you as much peace as
You
anything.
guys can attempt to prove I'm not saved all you please. I don't.
No, you prove it. No,
Brandon, Brandon,
I-
if you listen to Will and Isaac and me, we wouldn't sit on this panel if we actually believed that Smokey was a fucking pedophile. You fucking moron.
And me and you have
Can I
a
just-
man-to-man talk.
I outed an actual pedophile. I did a 4-part documentary series on why he was a pedophile. I dropped docs where he was talking to children in the Discord that I said, "Hey, by the way." Yeah, and then then the community that ignored it for years found out, "Oh yeah, Will was right the whole time." Why the fuck would that guy be friends with Smokey? Just curious.
Yeah, why is
I
that,
wouldn't
Brandon?
associate. And when I did the documentary, I did not talk to Damon, not once. Didn't need to prove that he's a pedophile. Literally didn't.
I'm listening to all this stuff still, and I'm just wondering, what is
I can barely hear you, Bruce.
Bruce,
Oh,
we're
oh.
doxing for Jesus right now. Get on board. We're doxing
okay?
for
I'm
Jesus.
doxing for Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
can you hear me now? Or
Yeah,
is it
you're
still
good. Go ahead.
That's
Yeah.
what
You're
I'm
good. Go ahead.
What is the issue is on the accusations? I guess the thing is that you're saying Josh isn't guilty, or I mean, I guess you're saying you're not
I'm
Josh, but
saying
or are you
that,
saying Josh
yes,
isn't guilty, or how
according-
does
Yes,
what's the
according
point of
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
He's talking to me.
you?
What he's saying is, I think what he's getting at is that if you're not Josh, why are you defending him?
Right. Oh, well, this was the grand point. Is
Yeah,
that
but what I'm asking is Josh? was
Yeah, I know.
Josh
I
guilty?
skipped all your bullshit and got right to the point
No,
you were
that's
going to
not
make.
bullshit.
20
I'm
minutes.
asking. No, don't do that.
Bruce?
Was
Can you land
Josh?
your plane, please? It's
Yeah,
we
sure.
think
I'll
we know
land it
where you're going.
real quick.
Can
then
you
if
shut
we're
your
gonna go
fucking
this way. I didn't
boyfriend
plan
up,
on doing
Smokey,
this.
so we can finish?
But if you're going to mock me about it, then I guess we'll just go full tilt.
Bruce, I
So
already
you
know
want-
what you're about to say, and you're just going to complain until you get to
You
repeat
won't let
it.
him say
So
it.
Oh,
I already
Thank you
know
for
what he's gonna
acknowledging
say.
that we're an item,
He's gonna
Brandon.
say-
Nobody
he's gonna
else
say-
will.
well with it.
That's
You know,
just
honest to
disgusting.
goodness, if you're afraid
Okay.
to be questioned, there's a problem.
I'm not. Bruce, I'm not.
I
I,
don't
know
really care what
exactly
the hell you
okay.
did 20
All right,
years
Bruce.
ago,
Go ahead and
honest to
say the
goodness, I
thing I
don't
already
care.
know you're going to say. Go ahead.
I'm more concerned of how you've treated people, as many others have at times.
I
here on
don't give a
YouTube.
fuck about
But I
how
really
you feel
don't care
about that,
about
Bruce.
Oh my
what
I
you
don't.
God.
did, so.
We did.
Bruce,
you
This
are-
was
you
like
are
8
the
months
biggest-
ago. We did
So,
this.
so now, if you want to get into
You
landing
are
your
the
plane or not.
biggest bleeding heart poser
Well,
I've
that's
ever
not bullshit.
seen.
No, don't play your games with
Realistically,
me. Or,
You've
do you want to?
participated in the most heinous,
okay.
disgusting garbage,
We're
and then
back
when it
on the
happens to
airplane.
you,
We're
you
back
act
on
like
the
a
airplane.
grand
We're
moral
going to
offense has
land.
happened.
Let's go for it.
Oh
Let's
my
go
God.
for it. So
We
now,
can't
That's a
ever
bit-
have an adult
did
conversation.
Josh?
Subliminal,
Oh
there's
my
a big
God. Was I
difference
just on
being-
Alaska Airlines right now?
Freight's not gonna. You guys aren't gonna allow this question to come out, are you?
Nope.
Subliminal, there's a
will
big
not.
difference of being a homosexual
You'll just have
and
to
a
listen to
pedophile.
Joe run his fat
I'd
fucking
like to
mouth
ask a
till
couple
he
questions.
needs
I'm going to give
attention.
like 30 seconds, and I'm the heck out of here.
Why are you here with a pedophile, Bruce?
I'm tired of the games.
Why
Either
are
you guys
you,
are going to
bro?
shut up.
I'm not.
I've listened to you guys arguing here for the last half hour. I missed the beginning of it. But
I'm
okay,
having
let's
fun.
let
I don't
Bruce
get
get
to have
my
fun
question
anymore.
Let's let Bruce get his
I would
useless,
love to hear
stupid
what
ass
Bruce's
question out. Go ahead.
is. If you guys would shut the fuck up.
Josh, Lee, or innocent.
Go, Bruce, go.
Okay, I asked, was Josh guilty or innocent? Is my mic working?
The perception of many people in the groups that information was shared with from his side is that he's definitely innocent. There was an innocent in the sense that there was no evidence worthy of any type of conviction or charge. There was just a story. That's all there was.
Okay. And
So
and
the perception is as Josh was out there in the universe realizing he was being heinously attacked and slandered with false information because of hatred for me, which of course would affect him anyway, all this hateful, heinous, false shit that's being said by your friends constantly, nonstop, Bruce. It would affect him in some ways too. Hence, he released information to various people on the other side to show that there was no evidence against him at all other than just a story. And that's why Michelle, when she showed up and did those, 4 or 5 hours of interview, said a whole bunch of things, and never provided a single iota, a single shred of evidence whatsoever. I mean, not even a report, not a flight record, not any type of text chains, not any kind, nothing. Literally, just nothing. Just absolutely nothing.
I have a question for
just
Bruce.
a story.
Like idiots
And then when the opportunity comes, for a single corroborating witness, I think you should care about people being falsely accused if there's evidence of it. I think you would want to speak out for what's right. Wait, I'm sorry, you're not Christian. Forgive me. No, you're not Christian. You have no ethics. You have no conscience.
You're not allowing.
Yes. So
I'm
answering the question. Am I not allowed to answer the question? Can I answer the question?
No,
Am I not
think
allowed to answer the question?
Actually, you're going on and on and on and on.
You go on and on and on. I'm answering your question, Bruce. I would think that you would want to stand up for someone. I think you would want to stand up for justice. And if someone came across you that was false accused, you might feel some sort of conscience, but you don't have a conscience. Your conscience is dead. Your conscience leads to yourself.
I have an idea.
How you feel. Your cult of feelings has never had any respect to it, Bruce.
I'm out of here. This
is
check
this out. It is ridiculous.
Hey, Bruce, you get mad at how Smokey treats people, the way that you literally talk to him and address him. I mean, don't get mad at how he treats you when you literally.
Here's what we
just did is a perfect demonstration of why he treats people the way he treats people.
So here's what we should do. Okay, we should all take up a collection.
Thanks for trying.
So that Smokey can hire an attorney, so that we
Brandon,
can. Go,
it is shocking how little you know about how any of this
whoever
works.
Your defense attorney was.
You got to reach out, Josh, to talk to him about that. That has nothing to do with
because there was absolutely no fucking evidence. That
Brandon, can you get charged for the same thing twice?
Brandon, do you even know how any of this works?
You know that you can sue a lawyer that represented you for
I'll be right back. I'm going to jump on the computer so I can share screen. Go ahead. Let him.
So there is a such thing as double jeopardy then, right?
Yeah, there is such a thing as double jeopardy, yes.
Subliminal, stop being a spurg in the chat, please. There is a big difference between being a homosexual and being a fucking pedophile.
I agree. That is a big spread. That's a big spread.
Well, but anyways, we don't want to get
into
probabilities.
Well, no, Brandon. Well, here's the thing, bro. You need to understand.
Brandon, do you want to say that everybody that is gay is a pedophile?
Bro, listen to me. Babysit my kids.
Listen to me. Bro, listen to me. Listen to me. God. He doesn't care about this. Honestly, he doesn't. He really actually doesn't. Why? Because he defends the woman that he finger banged when he was 8 and raped him. He thinks there was nothing wrong with that. He does not have an issue with pedophilia. Of course he thinks it's not that bad. He has defended it as not being that bad all the time. He doesn't think it's that bad. He really doesn't care about
that.
He's just desperate for a point. He's just desperate for a point.
That's the truth. You guys want to try to make me the victim. You were the victim.
Oh, are you a victim? Are you a victim now? Are you a victim now? Because before you were, in fact, before you said you raped her. Before you said you took advantage of her, an 8-year-old boy, you said you took advantage of her.
Okay, yeah, well, that's the truth, dipshit.
Oh, so that is what? So it wasn't. So it wasn't a rape. She didn't rape you. It's not a big deal. That was just a normal thing. You took it. You, as an 8-year-old boy, took advantage of your I don't know what teen babysitter. And you finger banged her on the couch. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, this is the point, folks. Brandon doesn't really actually care about pedophilia. He doesn't care. He doesn't. He's just pretending to. He's just pretending to for the sake of trying to win a desperate point. That's all. He doesn't care about. He doesn't care about kid rape. You can tell he's fine with it. He's completely fine with kid rape. So it's all just a show. It's all just.
When have I ever said I'm fine with kid rape?
Just 5 seconds ago.
You just did.
Just 5 seconds ago.
You guys are fucking delusional. So you want to sit here in your little echo chamber with a fucking retarded moron like Fro and think that you're intellectually cutting it up. How fucking delusional do
All
you
right,
have
so
to be?
let's ask a question of the audience. Audience, we got to chime in here. We got to figure out something here.
Do you
We gotta
think
figure out-
Brandon
Hold on,
supports
well, Brandon. Let me
child rape?
finish. Brandon, let me do my show, please, just real quick. Just gonna poll the audience here, real quick. Audience, I need to know. We have a proposition on deck that homosexuality and pedophilia are the same thing. So I'm gonna ask the audience. Okay.
Yes.
Do you agree that me getting my dick sucked in a bathroom at a football party in Palm Springs with a gay host while I was fucking 3 sheets to the wind, is that worse or just as bad as or better than? I need to know kind of everyone's opinion, which is worse or if they're both as bad. Or Brandon finger banging his adult babysitter on the couch when he was 8. Okay.
I think the latter.
Which of these do we think is the worst thing, or are they the same, like Brandon's saying? Like pedophilia and gay things are the same thing. Can anyone tell me which is worse, or are they just exactly the same, like Brandon is trying to?
Guess what? I think the latter is worse.
I agree. I think the latter is mountains worse, actually, honestly.
Yeah.
You guys are ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, you don't believe so, Brandon, do you?
This is how, in our culture, though, I don't know what it's like over in fucking Finland or whatever, Fro.
Oh, yeah,
You
Finland.
guys seem very feminine to me over there.
Oh no, this is exactly right. This is how the culture is. I mean, they don't give a fuck if a guy. They don't really give a fuck if a guy does it to an older girl. But if it's the other way around, or a girl does it to a guy, oh man, all hell breaks loose. Literally, it becomes so bad. Like, guys gloat about it, but girls,
my God.
I
Do
sure
you remember?
I sure did, because all of my friends were already, like, when I was 8 and 9, all my friends were 15 and 16.
Hey, Isaac, do you remember the case?
No,
My
hang on.
friends
Hey,
already
Brandon,
had driver's
Brandon,
licenses.
Brandon, you're not
Fucking
understanding.
where I
You're
wanted
not
to go.
understanding. Your brain was not fully developed, and you saying right now that you are okay with it shows
not
that it
saying.
fucked up your
never
fucked
said
up your
that.
relationships in the long run. That's what it
never
Hey,
shows.
said
Isaac, do you remember the
I never
teacher
said
that
I was
married
okay with it.
her student some years ago when she had to go to prison?
Yes,
They are still married to this day.
that's well.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
there's a whole bunch of female teachers getting caught left and right banging their students. It is a
Mhm.
Could it
fucking
have anything
epidemic.
to do with
It
the
is
amount of
over the top
pornography
bad. It's
that we
crazy.
absorb as a
It's
society?
That
like
is true.
every other day on the Law and Crime Network, there's a new teacher getting caught for fucking a kid. It's crazy.
So
It's insane.
Smokey, just to ask,
These
do you
women
remember
teachers
when
are, I
cable
don't know what's
first
going
came
on
out?
here, man. It's getting out of control.
Yeah. Smokey, do you remember when cable first came out?
Cable what? Like cable internet? Like
Cable
TV?
TV. How
Yeah.
old do you think
Oh,
Smokey
Yeah,
is?
the old HBO and shit.
Oh, like, yeah, sure. Like, HBO and Cinemax and all that. So, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Cinemax porn was so fun, wasn't it?
Skinemax. They called it Skinemax when I was
Yeah.
younger.
Do you remember Skinemax porn? It was so fun.
well, I remember as a kid, around 8 or 9 years old, watching the movie Squeeze Play. You ever seen that movie?
No, I don't remember my porns.
Well, it's fucking softcore porn.
yeah.
So that's
Like
why
I said,
our
I don't remember my
generation
porn.
was intentionally hypersexualized. That's why, I grew up around a bunch of guys that, you're only cool if you bag 20
Brandon,
bitches.
I didn't have my first sexual contact until I was 19.
Hey, I was 16.
I believe that. You know what I'm saying? That's why, I get
The sexual age in Norway is 16, by the way, just so everybody knows.
Smokey. That's why I'm saying, man, you would restore a whole lot of street cred if we could just fucking, be.
Brandon, you are the
real
worst
and
person to
move
get
on
credibility
with
on this.
from-
I'm sorry.
Then
You're just the worst
continue
person.
digging in your heels
Brandon,
and destroying
Brandon, first of all,
credibility.
let me be very clear. First of all, it's not me. All the attempts to lay that claim were desperate and false and just nonsensical. It has been a lot of desperation, a lot of false things that were done that people just accepted as true. Like Thicky, Thicky used to Photoshop images live on stream to make them look together and say, look, see how they're the same now? He literally used to do exactly that. Like literally telling on himself while he's doing his fucking bullshit antics, trying to connect these threads out of his desperation. Why? Because I exposed him as a closeted Satan worshiper. because he said Satan had control over the Bible, that Satan changed the Bible, that Satan made the Bible different, that Satan had control over the Word of God, and Satan had control over reality because everything is just a simulation anyway.
Over on here to talk about
he won't, because he's a coward. He's been running away because he got owned so badly. He got owned and destroyed. Go to Boki's channel. He's got the receipts. He got owned and destroyed so badly that he went on this hate-filled campaign of prolific desperation to deflect from what I exposed. And he will never come back and confront me. I've invited him dozens of times to come and support any of the shit he says. He refuses because he knows he already lost. The moment he shows up and confronts me, it'll be his tombstone. He will have zero credibility. Right now he can throw, hold on. Right now he can throw shit from a distance, and low-thinking retards, like you, will eat it up and just go along with it. And you won't ever have that instance of him showing up to get completely, absolutely decimated as to any justification he has to believe this, just like you were today.
Can I bring something to your attention? Like when you call me a fucking low whatever retard, okay? Do you see how when I actually know the case here? I know the truth.
No, you don't. You don't know shit.
I know. I am 100%.
You literally don't know shit.
Certain that
then what is the evidence that led to the plea? What is it?
The evidence that led up to the plea deal.
Yes.
Well,
what is it?
I don't know exactly what.
Nothing. Nothing. The bitch showed up for 5 hours, never provided a single receipt for shit. Why not?
Well,
the case was over. She could have shared anything. Why didn't you share a single fucking thing? Because it's all bullshit. It's all made up.
Sue your lawyer, dude.
Oh my God, you're gonna keep going to that.
But it's not his lawyer, though.
Exactly.
Brandon, it's not his
lawyer.
It's not his lawyer, Brandon.
It's not my responsibility. It's not my Hold on, dude. It's not my responsibility to try to follow through with some dude's lawyer who, by the way, wouldn't even be at fault anyway. This is the system. The system did this. The system said, we're going to make arrests with no evidence whatsoever other than a story. We're going to set bail with nothing but a story. We're going to charge on nothing but a story. And you know why they can do things like that? Because they know that retards like you, Brandon, will show up. That'll be put in the jury, and they'll believe whatever the fuck they're told. That's the problem. People like you are the fucking problem.
But no, now you have the opportunity to file a complaint against your attorney.
Oh, what would a complaint against the attorney for the system failing and doing the wrong thing? How does that make sense?
Jail and wound up on the sex offender list.
How does this guy? Hold on, Brandon. How is this guy going to sue his attorney for something the system did wrong?
Get a professional job.
Oh my God, this guy. He just won't listen. He just won't listen.
I would absolutely motherfucking sue the fuck.
Sue who?
If I went to jail, got convicted,
sue who?
Put on the registry with
Brandon.
Oh my God, he just is so clueless.
It's not Smokey, you moron. You're not making any sense.
Okay,
this is again why he said you are stupid because Dick
we're
Schmidt
gonna
thought
spend some time reviewing some clips. We're gonna review some clips here.
You're such a
I'll be right back. We're
want
gonna
to participate in delusion.
It's so annoying.
Do you want to be willingly ignorant? Do you want to get into the habit of being willfully ignorant and delusional?
You literally just already said you believed it wasn't true, and now you're going back on it just because of the fact you don't like Smokey. You're an idiot. You're such an idiot. The only reason you're saying that is because of the fact that he said you're an idiot. That's it.
Stop.
You're mad.
Calm down. So here's the facts of the deal.
Okay, so let's listen to your facts. Because that's your facts, not the facts of the whole thing.
Shut up.
Matter. You've already heard the facts, and you keep coming up with your own story. You're such an idiot.
I can go on to the
It's
north.
not even you.
Can you shut the fuck up, little boy?
You're the one that needs to shut up.
I've seen the sex offender registry.
Okay.
It's got fucking Smokey's picture front and center.
Smokey, you fucking moron. Why
Yeah,
don't you do it? You should
You're-
technically be on the
This
sex
is why
offender
you're
list.
delusional.
You're the one that
And
fucked
this
an
is
older
why
lady
you're always
when you
going to
were
be a
10 years old.
weak-minded individual because
The
you
fuck are you
refuse
talking
to
about?
even grow in truth. Okay? You're not interested in truth, and you're proving it right now, Isaac.
No, there's actually evidence that proves that there's something wrong with you because
Okay.
look at you. You don't even have a wife. Why don't you have a wife?
I don't
What's wrong
even
with
have
you?
a wife because I'm not a fucking simp
Because
like
you treat women like a
We
piece
are,
of fucking
we are
meat.
going to, folks. We are going to look at some clips here in a minute. I wanna
Sorry,
let you
it
guys
irritates
finish-
the shit out of
hold
me. I
on.
can't
Just
stand men
real
like
quick,
that.
Just real quick. I want you guys to finish your exchange, whatever it is, right? And then we're going to look at some clips that show the consequences of disgusting scum like Thick Shades, Brandon Irish, Rob Reed, existing in society and the damage and toxicity they cause to society as a whole by their immoral, unrighteous judgment and corrupt
I don't know
conduct. We're
why
going to see
they
the
hate
actual
me.
consequences in a few clips. I'm going to play some. I want you guys to finish your spat. Let me collect a few things. Go ahead and finish your engagement. And we're going to show you guys live, actively, what scum like this invoke in reality in their
here's
quest for supposed fake righteousness. So we're gonna show some things. But go ahead, Isaac. Go ahead.
I never, present
I'm collecting
any
a couple
fake
things. I'll put the
righteousness,
screen
so
up
I don't
and-
know
go ahead.
why you keep attempting to paint all of these.
You are
false
the scum that
guys
believes
flack
that
from-
first says
See,
don't believe
this
a
is
plea
why-
and then says
Now
believe a
you
plea.
just
You
make
are
me
that
want to
scum.
lay into
You are the scum that hears a
and
story
show
and believes
everybody
every
what
word
a
with no
fucking
receipts.
lying,
You are that
cocksucking
scum.
piece of shit
And I'm
you
going to
are.
show the audience the effect
What
of
a-
scum like
what a
you on
foul,
society.
disgusting
So finish your
heart you have,
conversation. I'm going to get a
Smokey,
couple
for real.
clips, and we're going to show
You're
everyone
not in truth.
what fuck
The
rat
Father
garbage
is
like
supposed to
you does
worship
to
him in
society as a whole.
spirit and in truth. So if
Yeah,
you're going
so
to
Brandon, you just like to get back at people. That's what you
you're
just said.
walking away. You're
So
walking
you
away.
like to get back at people. That's your moral code. Okay.
a fucking
So you don't
idiot.
give revenge. You don't
You are
let God have
so
revenge.
dumb.
You're the one that seeks
Isaac,
revenge.
just
Okay.
Stop running your mouth, man.
No, you're
just
the one that's
come
been
off-
running your mouth for a
you
while.
really
And
do. You
actually, I
come
got
off
sick and
like a
tired of hearing your
total
BS, to tell you the truth.
like a total sycophant retard.
No, I'm not a sicko fan. You literally said you didn't have a problem with Smokey, but because of the fact that you guys aren't friends, which is why you keep drilling this stupid narrative. That's
Because-
literally what you just
Here it
said.
is. Do you want to listen
That's
for a second?
literally what you just said.
Okay.
And because
Isaac,
your brain can't comprehend it,
You're a
it literally
bitch.
went right
you're
over
a
your
little
head.
Bitch. You're a little bitch. That's
Yeah,
all
I
you
really
are.
am. Okay.
You won't even let me
Tell me-
talk. That's why you're a bitch.
You've been
'Cause you're
talking
afraid of what
nonstop.
I'm gonna say. Because you're
Mhm.
a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Here's the
Is there
facts.
anything else that you want to get off your chest, Brandon? Is there anything else?
Yeah. Will you please get Smokey's dick
Congratulations,
out
you're
of your
playing the
mouth?
mind game. Do you like
You know
it?
what I mean?
Do
You
like
want to
playing
sit
this
here
mind
and play
game?
little fucking
You can
neener,
literally
neener
stop
games?
at any time. All you
You're a
got to do is
clown.
just shut up.
This
But you're
fucking
the one that
clown.
wants to play these mind
You're
games.
such
So
a clown.
keep playing this mind game that you're
Go
actually
smoke
losing.
your crack rocks, you fucking crackhead.
Oh,
Shut
there you
your
go. There's
mouth.
another mind game.
Here
That's
it
2-0
is.
now.
Smokey's
What did I
on the
call
sex
you, Brandon?
offenders list. It's his picture front and center. It
Oh,
says Josh
okay, okay.
Herbel. I
Okay,
then looked up in his area realtors named Josh
Mhm.
Herbel, and
Mhm.
I found a phone number to Josh Herbel, and
Mhm.
I called it, and
Mhm.
Lo answered the phone.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
Yeah,
it's
it is. That's a
absolutely
lie. That's a
Then
lie that's
prove
been
it
going-
then.
Yes, that's
Prove
a lie
it
that's
then,
been going
Brandon.
around. You did not call. You
No,
didn't call
that's
Lo.
the truth.
It wasn't
That's
you
the
that called.
truth.
It wasn't
You
you
Brandon,
can
that
fucking
prove
called.
it.
like it or
It
leave
wasn't
it.
you that called.
That's the fact.
It wasn't
That's
you
the
that
Prove
called.
it,
fact,
Brandon.
It
retard.
wasn't you that
Prove
called
it,
You're lying.
Brandon.
Prove
You're
it,
such a liar.
Brandon. Prove it. I just told you what my proof was, dumb
Yeah,
fuck.
but
No,
Play
you
the-
didn't give
play
any
the
My
audio.
eyewitness
You just-
testimony.
play the
what you did-
audio.
What you did
Play
is you
the
just
audio,
proved a story
Brandon.
and a
I'm
narrative.
done.
That's all
I'm
you
done
did.
talking. Go ahead.
That's all you did. You just
Run
proved a
your
story and a
Play,
narrative.
play the
I've
audio,
heard that story
Brandon.
before, Brandon.
Play the audio, Brandon.
I've heard that story that someone called the real estate agent and then Lo picked up. I've heard that story more than once.
Well, it's the
but no one
truth.
has physical evidence of it.
It's the
But
truth.
that's
I
the
don't-
same
Where,
thing.
where
I
is
don't
the
mix
audio?
all the
Where's the
accusations
audio,
that
Brandon? Where's the audio, Brandon?
Yeah, that's the same thing.
It's
that I
up
got
your
here, and that's
asshole,
why I'm
bro.
attacking
It's up your
Smokey before
asshole,
as well.
bro.
You know, this is why
No.
Smokey said low.
I don't have
cow.
space up my asshole.
You do. I'm sure your boyfriend left plenty of room.
No, Smokey has it. Sorry.
Oh, so Smokey's the one that straps it on for you, big boy?
Yeah.
You fucking faggot.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the truth, okay?
Oh my gosh, coming
You
from
can
someone
see
that wants
Smokey's
to
picture on the
literally
sex
dog on another
registry.
dude, and then you call
Then
him
it
a
even
faggot.
says that he lives
Seems
in
like you
whatever
can't get over
city in
another man. That
California.
sounds really weird.
So I looked up
And it seems like you want to
realtors, and
stay in his
anyone
sexual
can
life for
do the
some odd
same
reason.
in
That's
order
even
to
more
verify my story. And you can find
Well, I
Josh
mean, you can
Bell's
verify
number
your
listed
story is not
on
verified.
Zillow, and then you called the number, and Lo
Then call
answers the phone.
Then call it right now in front of everyone. Call it right now. Put it on speaker.
You go to Zillow.
Do it. No. Do it right now.
No.
Do it right
No.
now.
I'm not going to
I'm
do
sick
your
of this
work
story.
for you.
No, I'm sick of this story.
I
Do
just
it right
told
now.
you. I just
Do it
gave
right
you the
now.
recipe
Do
to
it
bake
right
the
now.
cake.
Do it right
You
now.
have to bake the cake yourself.
Do it right now. You said you already did it, so why not do it again? You
No.
liar.
You
Do it
proved
again.
that I didn't do it. Do it right now. Do it right now.
Then do it. Exactly my
Yeah,
point.
you proved that I
You're
didn't
you're
do that.
low-cow.
Do it.
That's
Do
why
it right now. Prove it.
that's
Hey,
why
Brandon,
you're too
Brandon,
plain-
if I had a
That's
pedophile's number,
why
I
you're
would
playing the
dox
mind
it.
game right now, Brandon. And you
Dox it
lost
then,
like 6
Brandon.
times right now.
Anyway, you do your own homework.
Dox it then, Brandon.
So we
Dox
have
it.
some clips. So we had a couple clips I want to go through real quick. This one I remember actually explicitly.
You don't want to
This
live in
one was
reality,
really,
truth, or
really
facts.
fucking
You're
sad,
fucking all
actually.
delusional.
No, actually, the pod team showed that the real estate license on their channel, and then they showed a phone number, and they were like, "Hey, we should all call this. I wonder if Lowe's gonna pick up." That's the story. That's what happened. No one called the number. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Lowe picked up." It's a fucking lie. You fucking idiots.
You're full of shit. I am the
call
one.
him. Then call him. Then call
hello.
him right now.
Listen,
then
Yeah,
him
call
right
it.
now. Otherwise, you're
Call
full
it
of
then,
shit.
Brandon.
Otherwise, you're full of shit.
Oh, I know. I'm just so full of
He
shit because
just-
I like
he-
to
Brandon,
participate in
is, by the
lies
way, Brandon already
deceit.
conceded this point.
And that's
an
what
hour
I'm all
ago.
about, isn't it, Isaac? You fucking
Brandon already
idiot.
conceded this point an hour ago in defending
Fucking
the Spyder
delusional little
situation.
clowns. I'm telling
So-
you my story that I looked up on the sex registry. I see Smokey's picture. It
And
says
you already
the
conceded
town
that
in
doesn't
which
mean
Smokey
anything.
lives.
You
And then
already
I looked
conceded
up
that doesn't mean
realtors in the
anything.
town
Anyway.
which Smokey lives.
Okay.
And Josh Bell's number was
No,
listed.
keep
Then
it
you're
So I
lying
called
because
it.
you're
Are you
not
trying
saying
And
to
Lo
lie
anything.
out
answered the phone.
You're only saying this after the pod team did exactly what you just said.
No, I
That's
did that
literally all you're
before
doing.
the
You
pod
never
team
once,
did
no.
shit.
You never
Ask
once
Grace.
did all this and said about the
Bravo.
number and the real
Ask
estate
Grace.
number until pod
Ask
did that.
Grace.
You were sitting there watching and listening to what they
Okay.
were saying. You're such a fool. I literally
You
called it
such
out.
a
You want to
fool.
play this mind game? Because I'm showing you you're such a fool.
I'm just
Look at
gonna
that.
keep running my fucking mouth because I'm retarded.
Yeah, okay, because everything that
You're
comes
a
out of your
total
mouth is very
moron.
educational.
Face
Yeah.
facts. You're a
Yeah,
moron.
yeah, everything that comes out of
I'm
your
a
mouth is
total
very
fucking
educational.
moron.
That makes sense.
You really are.
No, you
Hey,
are a
but
liar,
Isaac,
and you're a
you're just-
pathological liar.
You're pathetic
Okay.
to watch.
I
Period.
want to play
You're an
this now.
idiot.
This is gone.
Grow up, child.
This is just circles. Let's just
fucking
move on.
retard.
It's just nothing but circles.
Boo
Okay.
hoo, boo hoo.
That's
So I
you.
want to show
You're
something.
My name's Brandon. Nobody wants to listen to me about the serpent seed doctrine, so I gotta attack Smokey and say he's a pedophile. Oh no, someone help me. Oh no, Smokey called me a low-cow. Oh no, Smokey called me a moron.
No, he's mad.
Oh,
He's more
no,
mad about
so
me. He's
sad.
more,
Get
no,
over
I'll give
yourself,
Brandon
Brandon.
credit. He's
Grow the
most mad
fuck
at me
up.
about
Do you
attacking
really
the King
think
James.
you're
He's
cool,
most mad.
Isaac?
He's most mad about me attacking the King James made by his
Hey,
faggot
Vakol.
and his faggot translators. They're monergist Calvinist.
Oh, yeah,
scumfuck
no, you have
translation.
How
no
are you,
proof of any
Vico?
of that bullshit.
Oh, you don't like me talking about it. I know you don't like me talking about it. Okay, so I
Well,
want
I
to play
don't
this real
like the
quick.
lies
I
that come
remember
from your mouth.
this story poignantly. This was Inquisitor Ghost. Did any of you remember Inquisitor Ghost? Do you guys remember that story?
Yeah, don't say hi to me, Vakol. For God's sake.
Does anyone on the panel remember Inquisitor Ghost? Does that name ring a
Nope.
bell? Okay, so I want to show this real quick. If it misses something that I know the video itself kind of doesn't cover, I'll like fill it in. But like I want to show this that like Here's the thing. This has been a prolific problem. And part of the thing that's causing me, I would say almost like physical nausea in many ways, is people posturing quote unquote Christianity and then not using any Christian methods of righteous judgment or anything. Like the system doesn't care about biblical standards. The system doesn't care. The secular system doesn't care about two or more witnesses of truth established. It doesn't care about things like that. And this is one of these instances that shows it. So when you have people that go around that just like, here's some story, right? I just buy into it and just start running with it and believing it and presenting it and trying to even harass people with it just because a story popped up with no evidence behind it whatsoever. It leads to some pretty bad consequences sometimes.
Oh my God.
Smokey,
sorry, before you play that, do you remember when this big drama YouTuber called Keemstar said older man was a pedophile?
I remember that.
Oh fucking hell.
That was heinous. Yeah.
It was so heinous.
It was just this sweet, innocent old man on the internet.
That kind of looked a little alike, yeah.
And just out of absolutely nowhere, just for the fucking giggles.
Oh, that story.
Keemstar said he was a pedophile and just destroyed this guy's entire life. Just nothing, just saying it. No evidence, no receipts, just threw it out there at whim, thinking it was funny, drumming up some drama and just crushed this poor, sweet old man that just wanted, he was lonely, his wife had died, just wanted to get online and make some friends.
Just died as well.
Games. That's so fucking sad.
Yeah, just died.
Did he really?
No, his wife just died when this happened. Yeah.
Hey, Isaac, you got a pen?
What was his name again?
Anyway, I forget, but let's play this real quick. But I do remember the story. I remember doing that. Yeah.
Yo, Isaac, you got a pen handy?
Well, let me play this right now real quick. Okay, let's play this and listen to this.
A TikToker by the name of Inquisitor's Ghost would track.
By the way, Brandon, you're not going to on this channel just dox someone's phone number. Like you're not gonna do that. By the way, you can put it in the back chat if you want.
You guys want
not just gonna just like say someone's phone number like publicly.
Tragically take his own life on a TikTok live stream. Many large creators had been spreading false allegations that he was a predator. This person had been trying to flirt with Inquisitor.
I remember this.
Inquisitor would deny their advances and they would lie about their age, claiming that they weren't a minor. After their advances failed, they would then ask to edit some videos for Inquisitor. And during this time of them being his editor, they would begin to take messages out of context, including one where he says he wanted to marry her. And so being unable to take the stress of these allegations, Inquisitor would sadly take his own life. This has been
I remember this,
father, and all the TikTokers involved in spreading these allegations have had their accounts suspended or they have deleted them. Recently, a TikToker by the name of
Okay. So there are real consequences for scumbaggery at times, especially in any like
so
social circles. And like, see, like I wish Brandon was an actual Christian. I actually do. I wish he took his Bible actually seriously. I wish that Brandon was moral enough to say, I don't believe stuff unless there's like two or more witnesses by a biblical standard. I don't trust the secular system. And if someone has some sort of charge or situation with no evidence backing it at all, I probably shouldn't believe it. I wish Brandon was
Smokey. Listen,
I wish most of these people,
I will absolutely financially support you, and we can.
I don't need to listen to this anymore. I really don't. I don't have to. I actually don't have to. It was he lost an hour ago, honestly, and he's just been contradicting himself ever since. And really, this is just going in circles now. At this point, I'm going to make a point. Brandon's going to try to avoid it because he is just that kind of scumbag. He's going to try to avoid this point. You guys need it, but the rest of you that don't have a completely dead fucking heart, soul, and conscience, let me talk to you. Okay. If the Bible tells you, if you're going to claim to be a Christian, you're going to claim to believe this book, it gives you a whole roadmap, as Brandon would call the contract, as to how to engage in righteous living, righteous conduct, moral, ethical judgments. It tells you all of this. It lets you know the standards biblically, the God-given virtue, moral standard of how you're supposed to operate. And yet, for all of you claiming all your fervor and your commitment and your love of this text and what it teaches, you don't apply it.
Yeah.
Now, let me be very clear. Christians make mistakes. We all do. Everyone does. Atheist, Christian, agnostic, doesn't matter. Muslim, everyone makes mistakes, okay? It's not about the mistake itself. Mistakes can be forgiven. Sometimes they have irreparable consequences, but they can be forgiven. They can be rectified in many regards in some way, okay? Mistakes are mistakes. But when you have people who have no conscience about their mistakes, now you have a whole other horror show altogether. And I am saturated with fake Christians all around me, feigning the faith, posing in the faith, and then showing none of its virtue, none of its recommendations.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it weird? I find this, I find this point very weird.
This was my point about Max yesterday and the day before, that he's a fake Christian. He can say it. I mean, I can say I'm a leprechaun all day long. It doesn't make it true. I mean, if I don't have a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow and can click my heels and teleport or whatever the fuck it is you think those things do, if I can't do those things, I'm probably not a leprechaun. I can sit there and claim it all day long.
Yeah,
you can sit and claim to be a Christian all day long, but if you're not applying righteous judgment or biblical standards or even living in any kind of that sort of life, then you're just a poser. You're just a pretender.
Yeah,
that's all you are. And that sucks, because you don't get to trust someone just saying, I'm a Christian. It doesn't mean anything anymore. It really doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Because this is how it is. Brandon will claim Christ. Brandon will claim Christ, and then he will feel zero conscience for anti-biblical, unrighteous judgments and methodologies. And he keeps running back to the same thing that he already admitted wasn't evidence. He's been asked very simply over and over again, for this case that you're so obsessed with, that you're so certain is true, that you're so certain is connected with me, what this bitch showed up for 5+ or so hours of interview, gave a whole bunch of claims, a whole bunch of statements that supposedly happened near 2 decades in the past, and not a single ounce of evidence. And when asked by anyone, like was a couple times, there was a screenshot in the side chat, she says, it's too personal. It's not too personal to share all the things, that the evidence would point to, all the story and the narrative. That's fine. Share that all the time. But anything that would support it, that's too personal. Yeah. The insanity of the insanity of the situation, the blatancy, it is just so in your face that it was all horse shit. And all of you forgot, all of you so-called Christians just threw all of your ethics, all of your morality right out the window. All of it. You didn't care. Your own conscience bore witness against you, but you didn't care. You just kept going. You know why? Because your hatred is more important than your love for God. That's what Brandon proves.
Yeah.
Brandon would rather satiate his unjustified hatred, which the Bible condemns, even in and of itself, to engage in anti-biblical, unrighteous methodology and judgments. He would rather do that than love his God. Brandon shows you every time he does this who his master is. It ain't God. It's his hateful flesh that is convincing him to throw out everything to do with ethics and standards.
I know Jesus.
So that he can get what he wants and serve.
I'm trying to exercise fair judgment
is a
with
fake
you, but you
Christian.
won't allow it.
Proven here today in high definition, Brandon is a fake and a poser, just like Max.
I'm a fake and a poser. You're a clown. This is where, how can I take you seriously? You know what I mean?
Well, he has a point, though, Brandon.
Well, does he to a retard you? I'm not surprised. Do we want to be in reality?
I took an IQ test.
Smokey, I will help you pay for an attorney to sue the attorney that represents.
It's not his fucking attorney. Fucking hell, don't you listen?
First of all, not my attorney. Second of all, what do you think that attorney did wrong?
It is your attorney. I'm not going to pretend.
Okay, well, what do you think that attorney did wrong?
Got a man convicted with zero evidence.
No,
That's not what happened.
Then what
That's
happened?
not what happened. What happened was, Brandon, the same thing that happens in all these cases, by the way.
Plea
You're
deal.
told that you're in a liberal Me Too believing jurisdiction and you're being tried, and there's a good
Yeah.
chance the jury's going to believe things with no evidence, just like you do. That's what happens. It's not any lawyer's fault that the system is broken and corrupt, and that jury scum fucks like you will show up that'll believe anything someone says with no evidence at all. That's just how it works. I
Hey,
wish
Will
you were a better
Freeman.
man. I wish you were a decent Christian man. I wish, but you're not. So this is what we all have to deal with. We all have to deal with a broken
when
system
somebody
with
that's just
disgusting
gonna
scum fucks
continue
like
to
you
lie
that believe shit
sits
with
there
no
and
evidence.
tells me I'm
It's
not a
sad,
Christian.
but that's our
It
reality.
makes me feel good, though. You know what I mean?
You're not
You
acting
don't
like a Christian,
realize
that's
that
for
all
sure.
you're doing is, when a liar like you sits there and says, I'm not a real Christian,
You're not
it makes
acting
the
like one.
observers
Desperate he is
go,
for my
that
doc.
guy's
Look how
actually a
desperate
real
he is for
Christian.
my
You're
doc.
not
He's
acting
trying
like one.
to be
Why do you
just
think
acting
Brandon
like
and
so
one.
desperate
honest
for my
and
docs,
in
do you
truth
think?
and in reality.
Why do you think?
But
Why
you
does anyone
little
think
clowns
Brandon's so
want to talk
desperate for my
over
docs?
me
Can anyone
and
figure that out?
pretend shit. We
What
want
is
to
that?
pretend that
Morning,
Smokey's
Freeman.
not Josh.
Good to see you.
Look, you just go to the North Carolina Sex Offender Street
And
registry.
what does
Oh
that
my
prove?
You
god.
put in
What does that
Josh
prove?
Rebel, and
What does that
Smokey's
prove?
fucking picture shows up.
Okay, and
It's
what does
not
that prove?
Smokey's
And
picture.
what does
You
that
already
prove?
conceded earlier that doesn't mean
It
anything.
proves that Josh Rebel is Smokey. That's what it proves.
Oh,
It's not his picture. Holy fuck.
Oh,
It
he just
No,
has
it
a
isn't.
doppelganger fucking identical twin.
He
There's
doesn't even
lots of
look alike.
dude. There are tons of
You're
people
a
that look a
fucking
fuck of a lot
idiot.
alike.
You are
Dude,
so
did you
full
ever
of shit,
see the
bro.
board? Dude, did you
Pull it
ever see
up.
the? Hold
Pull
on.
it up right
Did you
now.
ever see
Go to
the
the
board?
Sex Offender Street
Stop, dude,
registry.
listen to me. Did you ever see the board that Will Kincaid made that had the crisis of infinite Smokies? Did you ever see it?
No.
Well, that's unfortunate because when a lot of the initial
Do you
stuff
have
about
it?
this was going on, there were like 20 different people that were all claimed to be me based upon one short face video I did. Like
Do you
20.
have it?
Okay,
Yeah,
do
but-
us a
Will
favor
does.
then,
Will
Smokey.
does.
Just
Ask Will
go,
for it
go
on
to
Discord.
the North
That
Carolina
would
Smokey
be
has it
nice.
too. Smokey and Will both have it.
Offenders Registry.
I would love to see that.
Put in Josh
I thought you
Herbel,
did see it.
and
I
let's
didn't.
No,
see.
never seen
Brandon,
it.
are you listening? Are you listening?
Yeah, I am.
You idiots have tried to claim I'm 20 different people based upon facial similarities. It doesn't mean shit. I'm trying to tell you. This game has been played before, long before you even came around.
Okie dokie.
And second of all, you already conceded earlier that doesn't matter anyway. Plea doesn't equal guilt because the system's fucked and corrupt. And you admit that you had nothing to go off of other than just her story. You even admit this. Nothing. Who the fuck shows up after the fact to do an interview where they could have the opportunity to share any receipt, any piece of evidence they want, and they refuse to share anything? And then the one thing they do, they invite their mom on to contradict everything they said and then say, I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, fuck. You have to be some
Can I
kind
have
of
some more,
absolutely fucking brain
please?
dead retarded to not see through
Yeah.
this shit.
Can I have some more tea?
Actually, I think I've had my fill. I have things to do today. I said this a while ago. I have things to do today. I'm done. I'm done with you, Brandon. Go whine about it on your channel. You can go do more virtuous doxing for Jesus or whatever the fuck it is you think you're doing. Fuck off. Go ahead and say your final words, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm done. I got some other things to do. I got business to get done.
I will say this to everybody that listens. I looked at everything. I used my brain. I took an IQ test on Dave's stream. I don't know if it's still there. I'm not a moron. I got 100. No, I think 100 is normal. It's just like, holy fuck. Like I wouldn't be around Smokey if I believe it's a tiny nanosecond. It is so incredibly
It very well
weird.
could be. And
No,
what
no,
no
no.
one-
Let me finish.
Right.
Let me land, please. It's so incredibly weird that everybody that believes that I stand up for Smokey believes that, one, I haven't looked into it. Two, Did you hear that I got money from you, Smokey? That is the reason why I'm a friend of yours. Smokey
Yeah.
has not sent me a fucking single cent. Love you too, Nikki. And it's just like it is so frustrating for me that people that believe in this whole Joshua Horror belting believes that I haven't looked into it. Like, I'm not a fucking moron. I've looked into it. I just don't believe it. Sorry.
And I agree too, 100%. And I'm honestly sick and tired. I think what people should honestly be looking at is watching how everyone's been attacking Smokey, the ones that have been attacking Smokey, why they've been attacking him, why they're literally saying all these different things. I feel bad with certain people within our community or the things like that because people don't really quite realize how easy it is for someone to whisper something to make someone think that it's actually true without them actually doing the evidence or studying for themselves.
Like,
I was
to
also
be
in that boat
sure,
as well.
yeah, like, to be sure for life here. Fro is a retarded, and anyone could sell him the Brooklyn bitch. Would a retarded get the 100 on an IQ test to be
Brandon's
sure
capacity to connect basic abstracts
is that
is
possible?
so shockingly horrible. Like I even tried to talk with him about this, like even regarding the Spyder situation. In the Spyder situation, there's no doubt a crime was committed. Okay, whether Ryan was in fear for his life or not, is completely irrelevant. Actually, it is not material to the charge as to whether or not Ryan was truly in fear for his life or not. It's not material, just isn't. No. Okay, so it's not even going to be scrutinized or analyzed. Maybe in a sentencing component, it might be questioned. But in terms as to whether or not the crime happened, that is recorded in HD. It's just there. Okay, it just exists. It's just there. It's right in front of you. Okay, it's there. It happened. It's a crime. Brandon wants to deny that that was a crime based upon minutia that has nothing to do with the contents of the offense. Saying, well, Ryan wasn't really scared. Doesn't matter. Crime was committed. You are not allowed to make death threats to people, whether they were in fear legitimately for their life or not. You're just not allowed to do things like that. It's called terroristic threats. It is a crime. Just is. Okay? Just is. And Spyder willingly committed a crime while doxing himself entirely, threatening someone who's known to call the cops and then daring them to call the cops when they usually would call the cops.
And also like, oh, please call the cops. Please call the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
and here's my address, and here's my full name, and I'm gonna fuck you in the face and stab you in the head, and
kill you.
All the
like,
shit. We heard it all, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is on Spyder. It's only on Spyder, and yet somehow Brandon, in his Christian righteousness, has been trying to push all the blame on Ryan for Spyder's conduct and decisions on it, which I never understood. And then worse yet, wants to excuse him based upon minutia that is not even contained in consideration of the charge or whether or not a crime was committed. Wants us to hyper-focus on this thing that just does not matter. His conceptualization, his grasp of these abstracts is just completely fucked. I think we've demonstrated that Brandon's abstract conceptual thinking is completely fucking retarded. He can't grasp very, very basic connections, very basic points. Like how he conceded, like a plea doesn't mean anything. Spyder took a plea and he wasn't guilty. And yeah, the plea includes a no contact order for the crime that you say was dropped. Well, if it was dropped because it completely wasn't believed and they're going to go after Ryan, why would they include a no contact order? Doesn't make sense. Okay. Which is probably why Spyder didn't show up today, to be completely honest, because it would have violated his no contact order. Probably also why Spyder is being careful not to talk about Ryan in any kind of way or go to environments where Ryan is being talked about. So I kind of believe him. Now, if that's true, then they didn't just say, oh, this charge is complete bullshit, throw it out, he wasn't afraid for his life. No, clearly not if they decided in the plea to instigate and decide on their discretion, Brandon, the secular system you seemingly trust so much whenever you feel like it, decided to say, hey, Spyder, don't contact this guy. If they really had thrown it out with no consideration to it at all and thought it was complete bullshit, like you keep saying, why would there be a no contact order? Doesn't make sense, does it? But this is how Brandon's retarded brain works. Conceptualize. He concedes a plea means nothing and then tries to say everything that, well, Josh has a plea and on the registry and therefore guilty. But also Spyder plea, generally we accept plea means not guilty. The double talk, the hypocrisy, the inconsistency, the desperation for a point that's been dead in the water 1,000 fucking times. No ability to connect the dots. The basic
What I don't understand is how he chooses it when it's convenient for him.
I know he trusts it infallibly when it's convenient.
Yeah, convenient.
And it's trash when he wants it to be.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah,
unbelievable. And none of you care. You have someone for the sake of just hating me. You have some guy who's being slandered horrifically all over the internet. He finds out about it. And again, no evidence against him.
Yeah.
And so he puts his stuff out there in certain select circles that he felt that he could trust, that would release the information, that would provide it to people that requested in sessions that they wanted to do. None of these people have wanted to do a session. They've been offered by Will Kincaid over and over again to show that there's nothing there. There is no evidence. There is a story. There is interviews. That is it. There's nothing. And by the way, contradictory statements all throughout interviews, changing dates, changing ages. I don't quite remember. Tons of it everywhere. The same thing you saw live on air when she was doing her interview when her mom comes on and says, I don't know what you want me to say, Michelle.
Yeah.
That just tells you everything right there.
It's sad.
The one corroborating witness, again, remember 2 or 3 witnesses, truth established. The one she could drum up, supposedly in that instance, to make her case of this connection, which, by the way, you guys call her a fucking liar every time you say I'm Josh anyway. She's the one that explicitly denied that I am. Explicitly in text. Isaac got the screenshot. I still have it. So now she's a liar, at least for that, but not anything else, right? So she pins it all, but then doesn't pin it all. But believe what you want to believe, right? Isn't that what it comes down to? Believe what you want to believe?
It's convenient.
It's convenient.
Yeah. And it's sad. And it's pathetic.
They obsess over it. Because
I have never met somebody that
they've lost, they've been exposed, they've been embarrassed, they've been smoked, they've been cooked, they've been completely thrashed with their dumb garbage beliefs, and their angst, their hatred, their satanic little fucking dark heart can't help but respond in any way it knows how, and that is in the flesh. Engage in unethical treatment, unrighteous judgment, lie, slander, deceive. Just even like what Max has been doing for 2 days. I cannot believe the amount of just outright making things up Max was doing yesterday. And he kept being like, I have receipts. See, I got receipts. And then he would just show the same receipt over and over and over. Like, he'd say something completely nothing to do with this one receipt and be like, I have receipts. So here's a receipt. You want to see a receipt?
Yeah. And
it was the craziest, most unhinged, desperate retard garbage I'd ever seen. I was laughing at a good chunk of it. It was, I mean, some of it was like, I mean, does he know how retarded he's looking? Like, is this a shtick? Like, is he actually this fucking dumb? Like, is this just a gimmick?
No, he's in his feelings. He's in his feelings, and it hurts him that he is not as relevant.
He's going to wake up from this and really regret what a stupid asshole he made himself look like. He's going to come back around. It's going to be, I think it's going to be kind of painful.
I almost said it to him yesterday.
But I mean, this is like cataloged in absolute vivid detail of like Eastmax proving he's an absolutely unhinged, unreliable, unvirtuous, low thinking, retard scumfuck. I mean, this is now part of his lore permanently. And he talks about how he's like farming it for content. Like, do you want to be a lol cow? Do you want to be the guy that people tune in just to make fun of? Is this the goal? Is this the game? You're
He said
intentionally making
he does
yourself
it for
stupid.
Christ. Something
You're
I find
intentionally making
interesting.
yourself stupid to get attention, to get numbers. He talks about numbers.
Yeah.
He says doesn't care about numbers, and then talks about nothing but numbers.
All
Like,
the time.
getting the numbers. Like,
All
look
the
how I'm
fucking
growing.
time.
I did all this for growth. You know,
Yeah.
I'm making myself, look like an idiot for growth and for attention. Look at how much attention I got. Look at how many subs I got. Look at how many subs came over to me from Smokey. And then I just have in my brain, they're not going to also go back to him. They're definitely here for me and my big brain, Bible talk for sure. That's what they're going to stick around. I mean, it's just a delusion. It's just absolutely over the top. And like, even last night when like the numbers thing, I'm like, dude, the numbers don't matter. Like, why are you focused on? Like, I'm giving arguments that have nothing to do with numbers. Like,
I
love
the pissing contest that you're not involved
like, when
with.
you said I had no influence,
Yeah.
the last thing that went to my mind was numbers.
Yeah.
Like, by the way, and this is interesting. Sam Shamoon only gets like 5,000 views per stream now, kind of like that's
Okay.
kind of like where his average at. He has like 300,000 plus subs. To only get like 5,000 like in a stream when you got like 300,000 subs. Yeah, that's not,
that's bad.
but you could look, but nonetheless, like you would say, okay, well, Sam's channel has fallen, and it has like
No, definitely.
Yeah, like most people don't even, really watch his content.
But that is because of his antics.
Yeah, his antics, exactly. Yeah. So Sam, like in terms of like general performance, is like underperforming all the people he's been attacking. He might even have more subs or close to the same subs, but in terms of like video performance, it's pretty low, like in comparison. But no one would say Sam is like not.
Hey, to be sure for life, I'm married. I don't really like men, so it's cool.
There's no, Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry.
What? I almost said it to him yesterday. He needs his basement dweller moment.
Well, he kind of did.
Like,
get it. You don't know Brandon you didn't know Brandon got a basement dweller video? He did.
Yeah.
Want me to get it for you?
Oh, I would love to see that.
Did he load it on my channel? Maybe he loaded it
but
on my
no, he needs a reality check. He needs to fucking get off his high horse. He literally just weeks ago said that he didn't believe that you were Josh Charbel.
For Brandon Irish, someone who says that his pedophilia situation is just fine, to go around and be complaining about pedophilia, like, can he not connect how weird that looks?
Yeah, that
like,
is
why doesn't he just say, yep, you know what? It was awful. I was taken advantage of. I should find this chick and have her brought up on charges. She's a fucking kitty rapist. Like, if he really believes this stuff, why doesn't he say that?
No, he's proud of it. He's proud of being molested.
Yes, he's always told the story like he was proud of it.
Yeah.
I took advantage of her when I was 8 years old. The fuck?
Yeah. I'm proud of being molested.
Hold on. By the way, first of all, if there's an 8-year-old who is sexualizing in any kind of way, there's something mentally wrong there. That's number one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. That's prepubescent. If they have some sort of sexual grooming that's happening, whoever, you know what? In fact, actually, Brandon's friends are sexual groomers. If he's saying that his 15, 16-year-old quote unquote friends groomed him into this situation. His own friends are fucking pedophile, groomer, rapists that fucking groomed him into this. Let's get this straight.
Yeah, Tim Matthews, the one between my.
Let's connect the dots for Brandon here. Brandon, you bury yourself. You say too much sometimes. Brandon, your 14, 15, 16-year-old friends that got you to some type of sexualization, prepubescent at 8, to be interested in finger banging a babysitter. Groomed you. I imagine they showed you images. I imagine they were showing a child sexual imagery. I imagine they were talking sexual topics with a child. I believe they were probably grooming a child. Do you agree that your friends are the worst scum fucks of reality for grooming a child? I want to hear. I want to hear if your friends are guilty scum fucks, disgusting pedo predator grooming fucking scumbag. In fact, actually, Brandon, I want their names. I don't want to hear another fucking word from you about someone's identity until I get the name of your grooming pedophile friends that showed you sexual imagery when you were 8 and 7. I don't want to hear another fucker. I'm going to make this the biggest fucking deal, Brandon. When you keep running your fucking mouth about this dumb bullshit that you have already conceded you can't prove, it means nothing. We're going to talk about how you're protecting friends who are pedophile groomers who expose you to sexualization that made you think it's okay to finger bang an adult when you're 8. I want to talk about exposing all of those that victimized you, Brandon. You really stand for this? You really think this is such a big deal? You really hate all kitty fucking stuff? Then you get your fucking ass in here. You open up a stream and you dox every one of those disgusting pedo grooming fucks that sexualized you when you were 8 years old and got you to think it was okay, even now into your 50s, that it's okay for an 8-year-old to finger bang an adult. I want you to shut your fucking mouth until you're exposing the predators that preyed on you when you were a kid. I don't want to fucking hear your fake moral angst about you giving a fuck about kitty diddling when you're willing to protect your own fucking predators.
Yeah.
Clip that and fucking react to it. I fucking dare you. Dox them. You're so worried about doxing predators and dangerous pedophiles and groomers. Start with your own. Convince them.
What is it they say? Clean your backyard before you complain about your neighbors.
Thank you, Fro. I didn't know if that was a more universal idiom. Apparently it is. So, okay. Yes. Clean your own backyard, Brandon.
Yeah.
You could.
Smokey gave me.
Brandon. You got names. I know you got names.
Smokey gave me maybe.
Let's hear them. Let's hear the docs of the pedophiles you're protecting. I want them.
Smokey, do you mind if I tell them 2 seconds about something I really appreciate?
Yeah, go ahead. We're about ready to shut this down. You and Isaac say your final word, and I'm going to wrap this up.
You gave me a very, very good compliment today, and I very much appreciate it. You said I've always been fair, and I appreciate that.
You have. In my experience, I've always seen you be fair. Like, I didn't see you, like, when me and Isaac were having our thing, you didn't, like, just jump to one side. You cross-examined.
No.
You asked questions. Same with Max. You didn't just jump to one side. You watched. You listened. You saw what was happening. So I've always known you to be very fair. I could give you that.
I appreciate that.
So
I try to be.
Prove what? Yeah, prove your innocence. You fucking scum fucks are just the worst of society. Prove you're innocent. You fucking people. You don't need any proof anything happened.
Hey, prove that there's no leprechauns under my bed. Prove that there's no leprechauns.
Every time you open your dumb fucking mouths, really, honestly, it's just absolutely amazing.
Hey, prove that there's no leprechauns under my bed. Now.
Yeah, prove there's no fucking unicorns on Mars.
Yeah, prove it now. Fucking hell. So, Isaac.
Go ahead and say, both of you guys say your final words. In fact, I'll be right back. I'm going to grab the water and the smoke. You guys take a few minutes, say your final thoughts or final discussion, whatever, and I'm going to come back and wrap it up.
Yeah, all good. So, how are you, Isaac?
I'm doing okay. Chilling like a villain.
Chilling like a villain.
On a Saturday evening. I'm actually about to be... I got to do some chores around the house. Got to do some laundry. Got to do the dishes. I'm about to be getting off here in a minute anyway. But
Nice.
I mean, honestly, the only thing that I can say is like this whole story of people calling that real estate number and low picking up, that story's been going around for a while. And
Yeah.
I don't believe it because that
No.
story has been told by me, or not by me, but it was told to me by other people. And
Yeah,
that's what
no.
made me basically change the way that I thought of Smokey. It literally started having red flags. I started thinking all these things. I thought that the pod team was correct. I thought Thick Shades was correct. I thought that Bill was correct. I thought that Bruce was correct. I thought all these people that were literally attacking Smokey was all correct because of what I was thought that I was able to see. What was happening was what I was hearing from other people. I was hearing those things, and then I was seeing how Smokey would talk, how he would interact with people, and I was putting things together because of what I was hearing from other people instead of actually looking into the history itself. Like I was listening to how Smokey was talking.
Not to bring up old shit, but you even said that he acted like a pedophile.
Exactly.
I remember that.
So there you go. So I just judged him off of his behavior, and I did not actually look into his history. I didn't see if it was actually him or not. I was just hearing what a bunch of people were saying, and that's what I see what's going on, even with, I hate to say it, but like Eastmax. I mean, I pray that he gets away from these people, but the only people that he's around right now are the people that absolutely hate Smokey, and they're going to keep keeping him in this echo chamber.
He needs his basement dweller moment.
But, you know, all we can do is just pray for him, Fro. And I told you yesterday, like, he tried drawing this line about if you're friends with Smokey, then you can't be friends with him. But I told you at the end of the day, I know you're friends with Smokey, and I know you're friends with Eastmax, and you just tell him you have a right to have a boundary. You have a right to say something if he says something about Smokey that you don't like, but he needs to let it out. Let him have it out. But if it bothers you, you just let him know, like, dude, I can't be here right now, and I can't hear that right now. I'm gonna have to leave, and then just leave. Because you can keep a good friendship with Eastmax. It's just Eastmax doesn't want to be friends with Smokey. That's fine. The problem is Eastmax needs to stop trying to be in an echo chamber and be like, if you're friends with Smokey, then I'm not friends with you. Because he's going to literally get a lot of people away like I did.
The funny thing is, I asked Smokey if he would say the same thing. Do you know what Smokey did? He laughed.
Exactly. Because Smokey doesn't really care. Like, I'm not his child. Like, you really think, like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's trying to be like, oh, Isaac looks up to Smokey like he's his dad. No, I don't. I'm not Smokey's child. He'll let me leave. He'll let me go and do whatever the heck I want. If I was his child, he'd skull me. He'd literally be like, why are you doing this, you idiot? You're such a moron. No, if I don't bother him, he's not going to bother me. It's that simple fact. The only reason people bother Smokey is because Smokey calls out their BS. That's it. And that's why people bother me. That's why you have Veckel in the side chat right now acting like he's in his prime back when it was like 2000, trying to dog on people thinking that he's a smart troll, but using other people's material. He's a horrible troll. He can't even come up with his own material. He has to find other people's material and use it. That shows you that at the end of the day, he's a poser. He's not even a true troll.
I mean, I am extremely proud of how far Isaac has come, and I've said that to Isaac before, and I will say it again. I'm so extremely proud of how fucking far he has come. He has actually listened to reason. He has listened to Jesus Christ, and I'm extremely, extremely proud of him.
Amen, Fro. And honestly, you have grown as well. I mean, when you first came onto the scene.
Oh, holy fuck. Jesus Christ almighty, yes, I have.
You really honestly have, and it's really beautiful. I mean, for crying out loud, you're married now. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's how you can tell. That's what I say. That's how you can tell God working in people's lives. You see them change. You see them become more mature than what they once were. And that's the only way that can happen is by the power of the Holy Ghost.
This is 110% true, and I haven't even told Smokey. I hope he listens. I thanked him in my wedding speech because he's actually the reason why I'm married today. That is 110% Smokey. Not a lot of people know that, but it's true.
like I tell everyone, I know probably Smokey's going to yell at me about this, but I tell everyone Smokey is a big teddy bear. He can be, but he can also be a big, he can also be the bear where he'll rip your damn head off.
Yeah, true.
But that's just because a lot of these people online, they have no rules or regulations. They say they have morals, but they don't even stand by it. And then it makes Smokey frustrated and irritated because if he's trying to, like, think about it. If you go on someone's channel and you have rules that you're supposed to abide by, you're trying to abide by them, but then you get kicked out because you didn't abide by them. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, and then they get mad at us because of the fact that they say we're work-based salvationists. Get out of here. I'm sick of everyone fighting about doctrine, denominations, Christianity, or God. What I'm going to be starting to do is I'm going to start literally diagnosing their mind and trying to figure out why their mind's so fucked up because they want to keep playing mind games with me. I'm sorry. They can't no more. They've lost every time they try to literally be like Isaac, a sicko fan. Okay. That's a mind game. And guess what? It's a stupid mind game that it literally doesn't affect me anymore. So these trolls, this is why even in the comments, you guys can see today in the video, I literally tell people, if you want to play this mind game, I'll play this mind game with you, but you'll lose. And I promise you, because you're not going to be able to get in my mind by you saying certain things. But I promise you one thing, I'm going to get in your mind because you're going to keep responding about me being a sicko fan to Smokey. So who's really actually winning in this?
That is amazing TV show. Sorry. Yes, continue.
So who is actually really winning in this argument or this exchange? The funny thing is the one that thinks he's actually winning, which is Veckel or the trolls, they're actually losing. And they don't even realize it. So this is why I think it's very funny. And Jay in the comment section too, he was sitting there trying to troll as well. But these people think they're in the primes, you know. Sorry, but the new generation is coming up and they're going to put you in your place because you're too old to actually be doing this anymore. And it's very cringe and funny at the same time that you try to be at your prime trolling people thinking that it's funny and it's cool, but you're 50 years old trolling kids online. That's hilarious. That is actually funny in itself.
But if you like travelers, I would like to recommend you a TV show called The Leftovers. That is one of the best TV shows of all time.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you for being here, Fro, Isaac. I hope you guys have a good day.
Sure.
And I guess we'll catch you on the next one.
Yeah, you have a good day too, Smokey. God bless.
Take care, guys. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this up here. It was interesting. Ryan had a interesting statement, too. I believe pretty much everything he said. There is another statement pending release upon Ryan's approval that I will read and put out there that kind of coalesces some of this a little bit more, too, in some regards. But I'll discuss that. This was interesting. It was actually a lot of fun. I had a blast. I enjoy arguments and getting to the meat of things and the truth of things. And yet again, another epic fail for Brandon. Contradictions, hypocrisy, double standards, everything you'd expect from a fake Christian. And after all, wouldn't that be one of the grander, I guess, graces given to the community would to have the information given to you, whether you choose to accept it or not, to recognize who is the fraud poser and who's legit. As I spend a lot of time attacking false beliefs. You know, there's false Christians, there's false Muslims. Actually, every Muslim is a false Muslim. I can make that argument. That's actually really easy to make. A lot of false Christians. And when you can give those arguments like you did with Max yesterday, which I don't know if he was just pretending to not get it or was literally just too retarded to get it. I don't know if Brandon is too retarded to get it or is just pretending to not get it to try and cling to his desperate ego and point. I don't know. It's hard to say. But either way, these are not the practical applications of someone who has any attachment to any Christian virtue at all. Again, it's not about the mistakes. People can make mistakes. They can make errors in judgments. They can choose the wrong thing. They could, make a hasty decision. That's fine. It happens. But when you do that, you do it prolifically and you have absolutely no conscience about it. Like Rob Reed using a very vacuous and ridiculous version of reviling, not using exegesis to let Bible define the scopes and ranges of its own terms, but to set his own
terminology as to what the Bible means based upon the Webster's dictionary means. It's stupid on its face, but he's going to cling to it. And then in using his own definition of reviling is going to end up doing nothing but reviling while condemning reviling. I mean, the failures write themselves, really. But Rob is, I guess free grace light, or I don't know what exactly. It seems to kind of shift and fluctuate. I mean, he's no teacher. He can't seem to keep it really all that straight. But nonetheless, again, pure hypocrite. Rob invalidates himself as a teacher, but he wants to go around wagging his little rat finger, talking about how people are validated or invalidated. And this, you're not even valid. You don't even have the basic substance of being valid, Rob, while posturing who can be teacher and who cannot be teacher. You literally condemn yourself with your own dumb retard methodology and hermeneutics of definition. And mine, by the way, both of us. At least I'm vindicated in mine. You, however, are an unrighteous participant. Unreal. Sorry, Ben, you didn't kind of talk more. Ben, when you come in, you can just jump in. You don't have to wait for me to call on you. I don't know if you're waiting for me to call on you or something, but I see you sometimes you'll come in and you'll sit for a bit, but then you'll just kind of leave. You don't have to, you can chime in. If you have something to say, you can chime in. I don't know why I didn't see that, or you just didn't have anything to say, or thought you had something to say and change your mind. But I just want to let you know, you don't have to wait for me to call on you. You can just kind of, when there's an opportunity, jump in, especially if you have something to contribute. Well, this was fun, guys. I had a blast. This was a great time, actually. I'm glad we did this morning. More pending Brandon Irish Spyder stuff, I guess, coming in the future. We're going to keep your eyes open for that. This is kind of a developing situation. I am going to investigate the body cam. From what I heard Spyder describe in our little communal phone conversation with Dave, if I recall, there's something about them really treating him in a pretty, I would say, uncaring, as if to whether or not he just said it was very routine. They were just through it to just fuck with him type thing. There wasn't any sense of concern or real, problem with were they really there to execute justice? He was getting the impression that they were just there to make an arrest, go through with it, get another ticket, get another charge, just kind of treat him like the next meal ticket type thing. At least something along those lines is kind of how he presented it. So it would be kind of interesting to see what the body cam would look like. So I'll put in another request, and Brandon said he would pay for it anyway. So I guess we will find out. But yeah, anyway, thank you everyone for being here. This humidity really has been getting to my sinuses lately. You're probably hearing it in my voice. Not usually humid like this in the desert. It's been clogging up my nose like crazy. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. It was fun. If you missed it earlier, go back and watch the part with Ryan and his address to the community. It's about 20 minutes or so. And then we just had a bunch of owning Brandon Irish and exposing idiocy and bad judgments. And, just basically the same things we all used to do. So remember to hit the like and the share and the subscribe and all that jazz. And let people know where to find us. And we are going to do more open panel shows maybe in the next week or so. So stay tuned. And have the bell notification turned on, and we'll see what emerges next. I'm sure Max is going to have some more entertaining crying to do. I'm almost tempted, if I had the time, I don't think I do today. Definitely, probably, maybe today. Probably not today, maybe today. If I had the time to dedicate to it, I would like to kind of skim through some of what happened in Max's stream yesterday. Certainly not cover the whole thing, like 12 hours long, but skim through some of it and just laugh at the outlandish desperation and retardation. And then trying to defend it as if this was some giant mastermind scheme to look like the biggest idiot in the entire environment. We're going to have to, it was funny. I'll have to admit, there were parts, and I know he was taking it very seriously at times, pretty much all the time, but he was so, it was like Knock. Remember when Knock used to be really just unintentionally hilarious. Like trying to be super serious, but so vacuous and mentally empty that he just inadvertently, accidentally was hilarious. Do you remember the is it a car or not a car? Remember? Oh, the good old days. Oh, the good old days. Yeah, way back when. Yeah, I can't help but miss some of that. I have to admit. This was a great moment. I'm actually surprised I still have this one saved in here. This was a great moment. Kind of a knock. I kind of miss knock.
The next question, Rage, is actually from your absolutely favorite person. Can you guess?
I think I can guess.
If you don't want me to read it, I don't have to.
Go for it. I love hearing from Taints.
All right. He says, question for the atheists. Since you support women's choice for abortion, would you have supported your ex if she chose to abort your daughter?
I mean, I don't think that this debate is about abortion.
Pretty solid answer. All right. Sounds wonderful.
Does anyone else think that was a solid answer? God bless her heart. God bless her heart for actually being willing to read the question. That is one of my fun pastimes. Even before I really started being active in the debate community and doing the debates myself, I love to find that one or two questions that would just make the debater's head implode. It's kind of just one of my favorite things to do. This is even before I got into debate, but I love debate. I love getting into it. I love exposing retards. I do. You guys that operate in this society with your backwards thinking, your garbage ethics, your shit morals, and your fake faith, yeah, you're fit to be exposed. It's actually good for society for that to be exposed. You can whine and cry, slander and moan all you want. You just end up continuing to prove me right. If I say you have no ethics and you're a shit fake Christian, and your response is to engage in unethical conduct, all you've done is prove me right. Rob Reed, Bill, Vicky, Praise, Olive, Dude, Centurion, all of you. If you're going to react in an unethical way to me calling you an unethical fraud of the faith, you just proven me right. That's all you're doing. You played into that game for ages, which is why you guys never really have any traction against me. You need to find people as morally bankrupt and mentally retarded as yourself to get any traction. And that's just not who I'm usually talking to. This is why all your efforts are so perpetually futile. Because there are a lot of people out there, and this may shock you to find this out. Jay, Brandon Irish, Bill, Pod, you're going to be shocked to find this out. Not everyone is worthless, subhuman, scumfuck garbage like you guys are. Not everyone is. I know you wish they were, but they're not. My audience is the knots of that scenario. Your audience is the abandonment of the ethical living for the just overarching claim of possession of the truth. How are you going to say you believe that book, but don't do anything it says? It just doesn't connect. So Brandon, Rob, all they've done, and this is why their traction has just failed against me too. All they've done is prove themselves fake believers in their desperation to undermine me. Just that simple. You won't be able to win that way. You're going to have to find a way to actually keep your virtue. You can't be the scumfuck that you're slandering someone else to be and lying about someone else being. You just can't. It's just not going to work. Max is going to learn that. Max's embarrassment is clearly going to have to reach some sort of critical mass before it gets to anything, you know. And he's going to wake up and finally realize what he's done. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. I need to start cooking dinner because I am roasting some pork ribs. Going to do some barbecue pork ribs and maybe a little bit of rice. The rice cooker out, amped up for that. And I got some work to do online. And yeah, so hopefully a decent day. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of it. This is all good for everyone when we kind of engage in this stuff. So I appreciate you guys taking your time listening, participating even, you know, even the people that just listen, even the ones that chat or don't chat, just being here is appreciated. It shows that you're willing to entertain and explore different ideas and conceptuals, even if you do land in disagreement. So thank you for being here. I hope you guys have yourselves a lovely day. Smokey is signing out.